All right, and allegedly we are live right now. Hey, I don't have access to my normal interface here, but oh yeah, I'm already being called out by my artist, Raging Booming Eagle. Yeah, 2 minutes late. Okay, I got it. So yeah, hail all of you guys, and hail Mandy Summers, who's here bringing some goods I think you guys would actually really enjoy. So if you'd like to introduce yourself and your projects, yeah, we could get the show on the road.
Awesome. So yeah, like what? Hey y'all. So yeah, I'm Mandy Summers. I have a comic book called Wart the Wizard that is now in demand on Indiegogo. I have another comic book coming up that you guys are going to absolutely love called Pirate Queen with Clint Holinsky. And also I am the editor on Rocket Gal.
Oh, is that the one Peter Gilmore's doing?
Yes, yes.
Oh man, now that's it's gonna be a very good March, isn't it?
It is. It is. March and April are going to be just amazing this year. So yeah, super excited.
Oh man, yeah, it's all the good campaigns are launching in March, and not even just my own. But yes, now Pirate Queen come in, was it March 16th? Was it, or 26th?
The 26th, yes.
All right, and your artist actually has some experience in the comic book industry.
He has a lot actually. He's absolutely incredible. But yeah, you guys in the chat, his name is Clint Holinsky. He has worked with Marvel. He's worked everywhere, and he's freaking, as you can tell by the art, he is freaking incredible. Oh my gosh. So yeah, he reminds me so much of J. Scott Campbell. It's not even funny.
Yeah, and he even goes so far as to have the nipples poking out of the bras too.
Yes, well, he said it's space, it's cold,
Yeah, that's right. That will. It is pretty damn cold. Almost absolute zero in some places, huh? Yeah, that'll
exactly. And as you can tell, these ladies are showing you just how cold space can be.
Hey, it's looking good though. Looking good. Yeah, and so 60. Oh, look right there, 60 full color pages. Good stuff. Yeah, Clint has worked for DC, Image, Dark Horse, on Youngblood, Justice League, GI Joe. Lady Death. That's another one. Did he get into this crowdfunding thing through Brian Pulido?
I believe so. I believe it was Brian that brought him over. So yeah, and thank goodness, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually really glad that this is happening. I mean, you got relative nobodies to comics like us. We're able to come in. I mean, your previous campaign, Wart the Wizard, made 12,000.
Yes, we just hit 12,000. I think it was yesterday. So
yeah, we could show that later. I mean, honestly, it's just the way StreamYards works. I'm gonna have to close this screen share and open the new one. But I'm quite sure everyone here would rather stare at some titties a little bit longer. Yeah, you always need to see the good bits. That's right. You always need the good bits. But yeah, it's a relative nobodies can just come in and make money. And I know people were saying years ago that, was it $10,000? You made 10,000 on a comic book campaign, and you were like a god. People were messaging you, how did you make that much money?
I know, right?
Yeah, and now it's, man, especially with this, and I see you got certain other creators who I'm not going to name that have put two lesbians kissing on their comic book. Can't really move that many units, but meanwhile.
Yeah, I stand by though, and I've heard that specific someone saying you can't do it. It's impossible. No, just don't be an asshole. It's that easy, because that's it. Just be nice. Go figure.
Yeah, and especially not just with other creators that you can go and work with, but I mean some people who treat their audiences like shit.
I know.
Yeah, how I don't get it. Why do people do that?
I don't know. Why would you treat the people that support you poorly? It's like no common sense whatsoever. None.
Yeah, they're asking too. Is it asking about the backstory of this comic? Yeah, you can see a nice shot right there. Unfortunately, I don't think I can zoom in on these smaller ones, but
No.
Yeah, but you can see a good shot right there. Hopefully you can see in the resolution we got right there. But yeah, this is see the industry is intent on doubling down on all of its failures. And meanwhile, people like us can just come in like, okay, let's give everybody what the industry declares taboo and not treat our audiences like shit. Yes. Not stab the people who help us in the back. I mean, that's really all there is to it.
It's really not that difficult. Be pleasant, be normal, be somewhat normal, and you got it. So yeah, if you have a good book, be normal. That's it. That's it. Just be a human. Don't be a pod person. Yeah, they just surprise me every time they say something so idiotic, and I'm like, really? Really? That's the laurel you're gonna stand on right now? All right, have at it.
Yeah. They just got too overconfident. They were used to being the only game in town. Mm-hmm. They were used to being the. I mean, if you wanted to work in comics, you're gonna go through their gatekeepers. But now, and they did a good job, though. I mean, I'm actually really glad that Clint's able to come out and make decent money now on his own projects, because I know it's almost impossible for some of these guys, because after Image happened, Marvel and DC seem to be putting effort into just making it impossible for these artists to. Or artists or writers to succeed on their own.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, I've seen. Hasn't it happened a few times already where you got some big name in the industry tries to do a crowdfunder and doesn't even break 5 digits? Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it, and it's really, really surprising actually when that happens. But I have seen it happen, and it's like, ooh.
Yeah, I think
at Tom.
Yeah, and it's no fault of their own, honestly. I mean, it's Marvel and DC, and they don't want another Image. They don't want their creators getting a name of their own and leaving and doing their own thing. So they
and they treat the artists and creators so poorly that it makes you wonder. I mean, I get why if I was working with Marvel, it would take a lot for me to leave. But when you have people like EVS and you have John Malin and you see some of these other professionals and how well they are doing, and they're doing it themselves, they're doing it with what they want to go in their books, and it's successful. You know, I mean, look at EVS. He's a millionaire. So it works. So, yeah, I'm hoping here soon we're going to get, fingers crossed for Rob Liefeld. Fingers crossed. I know it's not going to happen anytime, but fingers crossed.
Now, see, the unfortunate thing with Rob Liefeld, though, is he's done his own crowdfunders before, and he still hasn't delivered. So that's going to haunt him until he finally finishes that.
Oh, Rob.
Yeah, that's the tragedy right there, man. Because and it's shit. I mean, that's what I really like about Malin. I mean, John Malin has no problems ripping into other comic skaters like Mitch Breitweiser. Like, Mitch, deliver your damn book already. Like, that's the most important thing. Yeah.
Yes, and John is so. I love him. He's so blunt. He doesn't hold back. He says what he thinks and he means it. So there's no beating around the bush with John. John just there you go. That's what you're getting from me today. Yeah. So.
And he's right. That's the thing. Yeah, it kills. You can tell how much it kills him to have to delay a Graveyard Shift by 2 months at least.
I know, but who in a million years would have thought that they closed down completely with production for an entire month for Chinese New Year? Then you got the coronavirus that's just, and John's sitting there like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Are you kidding me? So. Just crazy. I think Tug got hit with his being delayed a little bit more now too because of the coronavirus. That's really, Print Ninja is great, but I guess when something like this happens, it's, kind of puts you behind a little bit, but no biggie.
Oh, yeah. No, and in Tug's case, it's even worse too, because it's actually not China on the Chinese side. Apparently, all his packages were sitting in Japan. They just weren't getting shipped out for whatever reason. Maybe they had an outbreak at wherever the packages were held. I don't know.
Maybe. That may be it. But I know when I read it, I thought, oh man, poor Tug. He can't catch a break with the actual like shipment and stuff. Because oh lordy.
Yeah, and I got a small taste of that myself, actually. This whole coronavirus incident is actually putting some of our own work behind. As I was hoping that all the scenes we used in the trailer would be fully colored by the time we go live. And it still might happen, but maybe not.
Fingers crossed. I'm sure it will. It'll work out fine.
Yeah, it'll be good to go regardless, though. It'll be fine. Yeah, even if we could just go with the black and white ones for some of them. And most of it's in color anyway. I think people get the point.
Yeah.
Man, for this... Oh, it's no, Corona did Tug's mailbox. Yeah, that's right. That's who it was.
That's what happened to it.
Yeah, that's what assassinated Tug's mailbox right there. Holy crap. But yeah, so I'm going to put the link in the chat again. Pirate Queen coming soon, March 26th. So a little over a month away.
Yes. And for you guys in the chat, this book, if you like Star Wars and you like Star Trek, think of Ava, which is the Pirate Queen, the girl in the front with the beautiful red hair. She is like Han Solo with boobs. So there you go.
Yes, and no, judging by the tagline here, nonstop sci-fi action adventure. Yeah, that's cool. And that's I mean, so wait. This may actually, I don't know how this is going to end up for you, though, because haven't you been paying attention to current year comics? It's all about watching characters sit at the cafe and eat now.
I have noticed that they also seem to have a lot of like feminine problems that I'm not really sure where they're getting all of these feminine problems, but I have noticed there's a lot that just are so, I read them, and even as a female, I read it and it's like, oh God. Why?
So it's pretty obvious to you that this was written by a man who writing how he thinks teenage girls act, basically.
That and when the women try, there's just some things that need to stay private as a female, and I don't agree with making an entire comic book about going to buy feminine hygiene products. I don't think that is the place that needs to. But then again, I'm weird because I get grossed out by the commercials too. So there's just a little privacy. Little privacy is all I'm saying. Maybe not a comic book about a girl who's going through the change or whatever.
Yeah, no, I understand. See, even here's something everybody can agree with, like taking a dump. Would you really read a comic book about taking a dump?
Right, a little privacy. It's that is not the audience to plus I would hate to be the artist on that particular book.
Unless it was a comedy. I guess it could work as a comedy, but anything but that. Yeah.
Possibly. You could go through the different kinds of toilet paper and you could maybe, but yeah,
the different types of diarrhea.
Yeah. You could go any route with that. I don't get it. They're just, I have to wonder if they're purposely doing it because they can't possibly. I mean, you have to wonder. So they're sitting around, they're talking to their friends, like, oh, I got this idea for this great book, like we do with our friends, like, oh my gosh. So I got this idea for a book. What do you think? When they say, so I got this idea about, a guy that gets explosive diarrhea. Now he doesn't have the right toilet paper and it chafes his butt. And are the friends like, hell yeah, dude, that is awesome. Go with that. I mean, they can't, right? They have to know these are horrible ideas and they're just running with them anyways.
Well, unless you're the type of irritating person that any disagreement is viewed as assault, and then they just tell you, oh yeah, it sounds lovely, to go ahead and make it, just to make you shut the hell up.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that does sound like it is. That does sound like most of the people writing these SJW Marvel comics. I can't imagine hanging out with them for fun.
No, I couldn't either. I couldn't imagine hanging out with any of them for fun because you would have to step on eggshells the entire time. They don't have even remotely any kind of sense of humor. So I don't know that I would just piss them off. It'd take like 5 minutes and they would like hate me and call me, anti this and anti that and this and that. So yeah.
You're clearly a misogynist.
Oh, clearly. I have to be, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, got some super chats coming in here. So Zero Yoko, thank you. The 5. Pirate Queen reminds me of a Rule 34 comic, Red Velvet. Was that one of your inspirations, maybe? Because
no, I've never actually read Red Velvet, but if it reminds him of it, I'm actually going to write that down. I always write stuff down during stream, so I can go check it out later. So yeah, no. This is actually, I am writing it, but Clint kind of created all the characters for it. So I am writing on top of his world with the characters he created. So it's, he's explained to me everything. And so now I'm writing out the script for it. But so, yeah, I mean, when I look at her, I don't know if she reminds me of anybody that I would have. But like I said, the writing that I'm doing it's very humorous. It's, I'm kind of going with like Han Solo with boobs, basically. She's going to use them to get out of situations. There's a part that I wrote where she's like, there's a big monster. She's got a bunch of people trying to kill her. And she's like, hey, y'all, look at these, just to distract them so she can get away. So, it's silly and funny and boobs. And there are boobs in the book. We are not... I don't believe in editing boobs. I like boobs. So there will be boobs.
Nice. So I just looked up Red Velvet, and yeah, that I can see a few similarities, and also I can't show it on stream, but yeah, no, that's good. I mean, and see, it looks like you're going through live on stream what I go through all the time as well. Although I'm sure you got it with Wart the Wizard previously, but you put something out there and everyone's like, oh, that reminds me of this. And I'm like, I never heard of that. Like, what? I need to check that out now. And then you look, you're like, yeah, I could see the resemblance, but this one was completely coincidental. I mean, there's some that's on purpose. You clearly take inspiration from some things, but others, it's just a shock. It's like, oh, this looks just like this. It's like, well, that one I didn't mean. So, and Gun the Legend.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for the 5. Hail RG, who is the woman on your stream not trying to end it? Oh, I guess to be a dick. Just asking's fine. But no, this is Mandy Summers, who's making right now in the process of making Pirate Queen with Clint Hilinski, and actually already put out Wart the Wizard, which if you're into the more comedy side of things, and especially the trailer too, I'm actually gonna swap scenes here. Yeah, I gotta do this because no, this is, oh man, I'm gonna have to tell Flash this too, because he shares his entire screen, and then that's what causes it to his audio to echo when he plays his scenes.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you only share the one tab at a time, you never risk echo, because I mean, whatever scene you play is not on your screen, or not on that tab, rather.
Right.
Yeah, so let me pull that up again. Boom. There you go. Yeah, the first one was Wart the Wizard, which, shipping date current month. Does that mean it's coming out shortly?
It's coming out so shortly. I'm finishing up some of the lettering now on the last few pages. I'm waiting on a few more things that I have ordered, some of the stretch goal stuff to come in that's already been ordered. So, yeah, I plan to get these in everybody's hands by like March. So, yay. We are getting to the very, very end of this. And yeah, this is my baby.
Yeah. And this one here is what, 90 pages full color. Yes. And was it, what I was reading is it almost like one of those D&D or choose your own adventure books? Because I see he's got stats, levels, things like that.
Yes. Basically, it's kind of crazy because I just took everything that I loved and put it into one book. I made this book not really reading, but telling my daughter bedtime stories. We ran out of books. She was getting really annoying about which book we were reading. And so finally one night I was just like, all right, just sit down. I'm just going to make something up. And from that spawned Wart the Wizard. So it has a lot of D&D references. It has a lot of gaming references. I know, right? A lot of gaming references in it. So it's not really like a build your own adventure type thing. I loved those, and I'm so thinking about doing one at some point. But this one is more, I don't know if you ever played a game like Leisure Suit Larry or King's Quest.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, he goes through like his little map, and he finds items and has to figure out how to use them, because even though he is a wizard, he is a level 1 wizard and he has no spells. So, he's kind of, and he he doesn't have the epic wizard beard. So, yeah, the whole thing for Wart is he's trying to get not necessarily spells, but he wants the beard. So people will quit, like harassing him because he's this wizard. But where's your beard?
Are they accusing him of being a sorcerer? Is that it? I mean, that would be pretty offensive to a wizard. But yeah, now, judging by what you said, though, this is more of a children's book, then, right? If you made it for your daughter,
yes, it's all ages. I made sure, as a parent, I know how bad it can be to sit through and read these children's books over and over again. So it is kind of done a little bit like Shrek. Like there is some adult humor in it, but children won't get it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they will, but they won't. So I've kind of hidden the adult stuff in there. So as an adult, you're going to absolutely love it, and your kids are going to giggle through the whole thing. So nerd.
Hey, that's what it is. All right, yeah. So and see, it's good to show a little bit of range, I guess. Yeah, no, you got this one that's all ages, definitely kid friendly, and then you're making one that's going to show boobies.
Yes.
But this is actually pretty. I mean, you're judging by your accent, you're clearly from the U.S. somewhere. So,
yeah. I'm in the South.
Yeah, so that's one of those weird things where the U.S. is almost unique worldwide. Everywhere else in the world, you could. See, when I was living in Germany, they were showing commercials with full frontal nudity at 5 o'clock, right when the kids were coming home from school. Nobody cares. But then somebody gets a paper cut, and oh God, that's rated R. But here in the U.S., it's the exact opposite. You could show some extreme gore, and that's rated PG. That's fine. I mean, kids can handle people's heads getting lopped off.
Oh yeah, but God forbid they see breast.
Yeah, a nip slip happens though, and oh my God, let's call in the angry mothers.
Exactly.
I can't believe little Billy saw a nipple in this movie about torturing people to death.
While this guy was decapitating this girl, a nipple slipped, and now I'm offended. Now I'm offended.
That's exactly right. And so, as he cut her arms off, her shirt fell down and showed a nipple, and that's where I draw the line.
That's it. Yeah. You're done, Billy. You're done watching this movie.
Yeah, that's right. And see, I'd laugh, but my mom was kind of like that too. I was watching, Knight Rider, and all the shooting, killing, that's fine. But then there was an episode where he showed some titties, and you're never watching this again. What? It's really weird. But man, okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's perfectly okay. I got it. But yeah, that's I mean, for what it's worth. I mean, I get offended too when there's like nip slips in the middle of very gory scenes, because I'm like, this does nothing for me. I'm not into snuff. What the hell?
Right. Show me before you kill her off. Come on, give me some Friday the 13th and show me the boobs before the death scene.
Yeah, exactly. It does nothing for me if it's after.
No, how can it? No.
Yeah.
Not at all. It's not 8mm.
Well, I guess maybe whoever planned that out was maybe there was people who were into a little bit of the non-moving variety of
possibly. Possibly.
Yeah, that could be. Oh yeah, actually this one here, you got the drawn-ins. Those are all gone, aren't they?
They're gone. Yes.
Yep. Oh man, yeah, actually there's a lot of stuff that's gone. Yeah, so the original an original cover, bookmark plus. Was that another original? I mean, you can't you can't expand these anymore when they're gone.
No, it was the original artwork that Peter did for the bookmark, like on a big page.
Okay. Yeah, and then all 5 of the Join the Adventure tier gone. The Ultimate Adventure.
Yes, yes, I heard about that one for a while too. That one caused a little bit of a stir with the Ultimate Adventure, but
hey, but it looks great though. I mean, if you want all 3 covers, you could get it for $65, but otherwise 25, right? For the the base book.
Yep, cool. And we have 3 covers, one by Peter Gilmore, one by Simon Papier, and then also the last one is by Vic King. So, yeah, some really awesome artists.
Yeah. Oh, now actually the Vic King one right here, this almost looks like something I would expect to see on one of these types of books. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that art looks. Yeah, I'd expect to see that. Mm-hmm. And I love his outfits too. He looks like he's a freaking World of Warcraft character just picking up random gear.
Yes, and you will notice it doesn't match very well. Mm-hmm. And there was a point to that because anybody knows, if you play World of Warcraft, EverQuest, one of those games, when you start off, they give you like a generic robe. But as you're killing bees or bugbears or whatever it is you're out there killing, you end up getting clothes, and none of it ever matches. And you always look like, you can tell like a level 3 when they're running around because none of their stuff matches. You can tell they just looted off whatever they could. So yeah, his clothes, they don't match. Because he's a level 1 wizard.
Yeah, no, that was my warlock when I was playing through World of Warcraft for sure. And I noticed I was right around level 30 and 40. I was like, I was looking at my character. Shit, I look like a damn clown.
Yeah, I know, right?
And actually, Penny Arcades did a good job. I mean, they covered that. Let me see if I could copy this image here. You're not gonna let me, are you? That's fine. I'll just do it this way. There you go. Yeah, like that.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what my warlock looked like in World of Warcraft around like level 30 or 40-ish.
I love that so much.
Yeah, not a single piece. Although he looks like he's got a matching belt and shoulder pads. They're all the beaver head shoulder pads and a beaver head belt, but nothing else matches on this entire outfit.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah, that was me right there. That was my warlock when I was playing Vanilla WoW. So that kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah, my mage was a hot mess too. So I'm pretty sure I had a hat with a big feather coming out of it, and so it was ridiculous. It was so ridiculous.
Yeah, and then every time I found a really cool piece of gear, I had nothing to go with it. I mean, that transmog system that they added to the game was such. I mean, too bad the game itself is not that great anymore, at least in my opinion. But they did add some of the improvements they made over the years, like the transmog system. That is spectacular.
Yes, that was nice. And if anybody knows I'm looking for a new online game to play in my downtime. And I have not found one or heard of one. Nobody's really talking about them anymore. And I know there's got to be some.
Blade and Soul is pretty good. But that's the last one I was. Yeah, Blade and Soul.
Blade and Soul.
That was the last one I was playing. That's the one that cured me of my WoW addiction. After playing Blade and Soul, I never felt like going back to WoW again.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I just quit. I quit playing WoW when I got my dad addicted to it. And he was really annoying. And then he got my mom playing. And then they were like making guilds and like inviting me into it. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to sit here and play WoW with my parents. That is too sad. So I kind of quit playing and just like, let them have their guild bank that they were so proud of.
Oh, geez.
So, yeah, and keep in mind now, my dad, even though I told him not to when he was making a character, he wanted a druid, and I was like, oh, God, okay, whatever. But he insisted on running around as a moonkin. So The only thing that saved us is we overnumbered, like getting kicked out of groups, because we had 3, so we had the majority. So when people would try to kick my dad out for being an ass, we had the majority. So was it good, you guys? Was it good?
Hey, that works, man. One of my real life friends, we had a lot of fun with that too, because he is notoriously bad at games. and it was you remember in the Dead Mines where you finally go out onto the ogre dreadnought.
Yes.
And they had all the pirates there with their pet parrots and all that. Yeah, so I was actually, he was like level 20 at the time. He was a level 20 druid, and this was right after Lich King came out. So I had just made a Death Knight, and I was power leveling him through the dungeon. And then so he's just there following behind me, and I run in there and I aggro like everybody on the pier right before the ship. And I'm just, start wrecking them. And I noticed one of the parrots, who's not even elite, I think it's like level 15, just flew back to attack him. It's like, he's got that. And then right as I'm done wiping out the last pirate, I turn around and that parrot is kicking his ass. He's like one hit away from dying, and the parrot's like at half health still. And I'm just, as I am resisting the urge to die laughing. I'm laughing pretty hard. Even then, I just quickly click. I do their like force pull move to pull the parrot away and finish it off. And then I just tell them, it's like, are you fucking kidding me? That level 15 parrots just kicked your ass.
My gosh. Yes. Yeah. That was playing with my parents. My mom would fall off of stuff, so we'd always have to sit there and wait, because she's down 3 levels now and we're way up here. And then she runs the wrong way to a room that we didn't clear because we just skipped it. And now she's dead. So now we got to wait for somebody to go and it was god awful. I swear.
With my warlock, it was infuriating because in vanilla, you had to carry soul shards and they didn't stack.
Yeah.
And Ben, every time that happened, they were like, hey, RGE, can you like summon them back over here so we don't have to wait? And I'm like, I can, but you realize I can't replenish my soul shards here. Well, I could, but this is like molten core. So I was only getting 1 soul shard per one of these like boss tier monsters. It's not a lot, but I could keep blowing soul shards, summoning these morons. I could do that. Just to then halfway through the raid, all right, guys, I got to go outside and collect more real quick.
My gosh. Yes, that sounds like a nightmare. I tried to make I don't think it's a cleric there. I didn't play it long, but it was a healer. And I thought, this will be fun, because that's what I played in EverQuest, is I played a cleric. So I thought, well, I'm already kind of used to doing the whole healing thing. Oh my gosh. And WoW, it's a whole different ballgame. People get straight up pissed, and it's their fault. Like, they'll run into a room of mobs and then they're like, heal me, and they're running around and you're like, hold still, I can't click you, stop. And they're just running around. I only did that until I think I got to like maybe 25, and I was like, done with that. And I'm playing DPS. I'm not doing this again.
Yeah, no, they couldn't understand that the enemy is still going to be hitting you. You can't outrun them. No. All you're doing is making it harder for the healer. Yeah.
Right. I swear. So, yes, in Wart the Wizard, there are a lot of references like that. Like at a certain point, Wart does run into a guild, and, they're going to heckle him as well and try to get him to join the guild. But, Wart's not really down with that. So he just decides to go and ninja loot their stuff. So, he puts on a little ninja. I actually have him drawn up in a little ninja costume, like sneaking over there to the corpses, laying down, stealing stuff off of them. So there's a lot of silly stuff like that in there.
Yeah, that happened a lot in Vanilla WoW. Back, they eventually changed it so you can't even open a chest if there's combat going on near it.
Yes, I know. They finally did it. And I was sad because I don't want to admit it, but okay, like back in my EverQuest days, I had spent about a month, waiting for Quillabane. I don't know if any of you guys know who Quillabane is. It was a unicorn that spawned every once in a while and would drop a cloak that was right-click levitate. Now, I was a cleric, so levitate was really useful, but I didn't have it. So I camped it. Finally, it spawned. We killed it. And I gotta tell the truth. I straight up ninja looted that bitch and disappeared, /queued out and left. Because nope, I'm not rolling for this. Nope, no way. I kept all you guys alive that whole fight. I'm taking it and running. So yeah, I was a ninja. That was the one time I did it, but I was so happy to right click that and just levitate. It was awesome.
Oh man, no, the funniest one I saw that happen. It was I think it was in Blackrock Spire somewhere where they drop the last boss dropped a dagger that's really good for skinning. And yes. the rogue rolled need on it and then used it as a regular dagger. Like he wasn't even a skinner. and the guy who has been running that dungeon like for weeks trying to get it, he wasn't too happy about that.
Oh my, right, exactly. And so the ones that were rolling on mine were like, I don't know, like wizards and it's like, y'all get the damn spell. You don't need the cloak. You got the spell. Oh, so I ninja looted it. Yeah. I feel bad. I don't feel bad. I try to act like I feel bad, but I don't really. I don't really. I was so. In fact, before I /queued out on them, I right clicked it and started floating. Then I /queued. They were jerks, though. That was a jerky group. You ever get one of those groups where everybody there just is a complete jerk, and it's like I hate you people so much.
Yeah,
that's what it was with that particular group.
No, I've been there, man. I gotta get caught on some super chats here real quick. So, what's that? Black Eagle, thank you for the 5. What's with all the plot I see? I'm so not offended. Oh yeah, the plot of Pirate Queen. Yeah, let's switch back to some plot. Yeah, so here on my channel, that's kind of the joke. Everyone's asking, so what about the plot? So that's how we refer to tits, and backstory is asked. Yeah. So plot and backstory. Yeah.
Well, that is awesome.
Yeah, all the important things in a story. You need a good plot and good backstory. So yeah,
it looks like I fit in well. I dress well for your audience. Then I dress well for the occasion.
Yeah, and it looks like Pirate Queen has both of those.
Yes.
Although for the backstory, you need to look at some of the smaller images, but it's there. But definitely good plot for sure.
Oh yeah. The butt matches the front, so she got them cakes. So don't worry. She they are all every female that he has drawn in this book are absolutely stunning, and she is female and she is badass. But somehow we did it without having to make the guys just totally, stupid, bumbling idiots. So go figure. The guys aren't stupid in this book. So, yeah.
Yeah, now you think as much as other people who may be on our side of this culture fight, as much as they like to say that that's, pretty demeaning towards men, I actually think it's just as demeaning towards women. It's almost as if you're admitting, women can't do shit unless all the guys around them are idiots.
Yeah, that's what exactly. It's offensive on every level, except to the people that are saying it. Because again, I don't think they're in touch with reality, because men aren't stupid. I mean, they're stupid men, of course, but in general, men aren't stupid, but there's also really, really stupid females too. They're stupid people. So, but you don't have to make every male character in a book be an idiot. You can throw a Jar Jar Binks in there and nobody's going to question it, but don't make everyone dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, if you just make that the norm. Gun to Legend, thank you for the 5. This comic has a lot of fan service, which is what the industry very much needs. Yeah. It's a visual medium.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and shit. Now, on the flip side, all the women who act like they get offended by things like this, you're not offended going to see Aquaman because Jason Momoa is there with his shirt off.
I certainly wasn't offended watching Aquaman. I can tell you that right now. There was no offense coming from me with Aquaman. Then again, I also went and saw Magic Mike, so I wasn't offended by that either. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So you like yourself some male stripper movies, huh?
I don't mind the occasional male stripper movie. Honestly, I like those better than. Okay, I don't have a lot of comparison. There was with females, the big ones I can think of was Striptease and the one with Jesse Spano. I don't remember. Showgirls. Those are the two I can think of. And nah, the story wasn't too great with either of those. Not that it was that much better with Magic Mike, maybe, but I don't know. I like boobs and I like male strippers. So
yeah, and plus you could do any type of story you want as long as it's a comedy. I mean, look at Zoolander.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Mishkari Roos, thank you for the $25. Dude, man, thank you for that. Yeah, checking out comics with RGE and watching The Witcher. I'm guessing you're watching the Netflix series, not watching someone else play the game, huh? Yeah, I've heard some pretty funny things about that. Yeah, I've heard some fans are complaining about the Netflix series, but others are like, so the production value may be pretty low in a lot of places, but overall, it's actually not bad. So
I haven't watched it yet. I need to, but right now the way I do it is so I don't devastate everybody with getting Disney Plus and then getting Hulu and then getting Prime and then getting Netflix. I swap. Plus they run out of stuff. Like I did Disney for a while when they were doing The Mandalorian. Now that The Mandalorian is done, I've moved on to Hulu. And once I watch everything I want on Hulu, I'll move to Prime. And then I just watch everything I want to and then swap back to the next one after a month. It's a little bit confusing, but it's not now. It's not, holy crap, had all this money get taken out of my account every month. What am I spent? I didn't buy nothing. And then you look and you've signed up for all these streaming services and you're like, oh, damn, there we go. That's where that $60 went. Okay.
Yeah, no, thankfully I don't have that problem. Not now, because I don't really watch all that much anymore. So it's pretty easy. At least on the TV
I'm trying to catch something when it first comes out and it gets big because I'm always behind on everything. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm behind. And by the time I've seen it, there's no point in making any videos or anything because there's like a million already out there. So one day though, I'm going to catch something on the very first episode and I'm going to be like, ha ha ha, I've done it this time. Yeah. That is my goal.
Oh yeah, well, I guess if you're doing it for YouTube, yeah, that's true. You gotta be on top of it. I was so lucky once when the whole interspecies reviewers drama was happening when Funimation first canceled it. I was like live on stream when it happened. So like half an hour later, when I ended my stream, like, oh, I'm gonna make a video about this. I'm gonna jump on.
That is perfect. That was perfect, Tommen.
Yeah, I know. This is a topic that my audience is definitely going to want to hear about. Right after I'm done, turn this stream off. Let's
right.
Yeah. Absolutely perfect, man. All right. Well, got one more super chat here. Also from Mishkari Roos. Thank you for the $10. Say, do you like waifus and guns? Then Girls Frontline is a fun time. Yes, RG, it's a grind fest with optional purchasing. I don't really do so. It's a time sink, but I find it fun. Turn-based combat. Yeah, it's also it's a mobile game, and I'm not gonna rip on people who still play those, but I stopped like a year ago. Like all mobile games. To me, it's all just money and time sinks now. And it's just like MMOs actually, where I really only played MMOs back. I mean, after maybe Lich King, I was only still playing MMOs just because I had nothing else to do with my time. But now I have too much shit to do and not enough time to do it all.
Yeah. Yes, I totally get that. I will try that though, because I do a lot. Like, as a mom, I'm always sitting in a doctor's office or I'm sitting here, I'm sitting there. I'm always at like a dance class, not me, myself. I'm not a dancer, but I'm sitting like at my little girl's dance class and I'm usually playing something on my phone or checking, when Twitter's boring, I'll play a game. There was one I was playing for a while. Oh gosh, I can't even think of the name of it now, but it was like little critters and they went and fought each other, like little battle critters. It was cute.
It wasn't Pokemon, was it?
No, I had Pokemon Go on my phone too. I do. It's embarrassing, but I do. I like to catch Jigglypuffs and Snorlax. I think they're cute. They're adorable.
Oh man, now Snorlax was one of my main team in the original Red and Blue. I think there was only 2 of them, I think. in that game. Yeah, because I mean, you couldn't really find them in the wild. Like I think it was two. There was two of them that were sleeping and blocking your path, and you had a quest to wake them up. And then, of course, they got pissed, and then you fought them so you could advance. So I definitely made sure to catch them both.
That sounds freaking awesome. I didn't start playing until it blew up, and it was like huge, and everybody was playing it. And I don't play it quite as much anymore, but every once in a while I'll load it up and spin my little ball and stuff. So yeah, I like to catch the pink critters. Like a Clee Fable that sits on top of every gym I take. You're gonna have to deal with it if you want to take that.
Well, at least it's better than what my sister does. Every time she takes a gym, she puts a Magikarp in there.
Those are so. I finally upgraded mine, because they take 400 candies to do it. So I upgraded mine, and then the next day I got a new quest that said upgrade a Magikarp. I was like, oh hell no, nope, hell no. So yeah, that just annoyed me so bad.
Oh no, that happens to me so many times in these games. It's not even funny. Yeah, right after you complete the month-long task, then is like, oh hey, you could do this. No.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing it again. Are you out of your damn mind?
Yeah, I'm not gonna catch 150 more of these. Hell no.
Yeah. So just so y'all know, on my phone, I have not opened it in a while, but I am walking as much crap as I just talked. My Pokemon person is walking a Magikarp. I guess I'll do it again for another year and a half, and maybe eventually I'll walk, the 3,000 miles or whatever it is to get the 400 candies.
Oh yeah, that's insane, man. Yeah, see that's the thing. That's one of those things that may have made me rage quit. Actually, that's the last mobile game I played was Epic 7. And what ultimately made me quit that game was that there was some event to farm up an artifact. And 7% drop rate. And I ran that damn event, I believe 50 times. Not a single one dropped. And then I was like, I'm done. I've literally spent all day doing this and not even one. I know it's RNG and all, but fuck that. I got other shit to do. Although technically, I just let my party auto fight while I was at work. But it's still, it's the principle that counts. 40, 50 times, not a single one with a 7% drop rate. And I needed 6 of them. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, hell no. Hell no. Yeah. No, I did the same with WoW. My final, besides for the fact my parents were annoying, the final nail in the coffin was I did, you know how they do the Halloween thing where you can go and the Headless Horseman shows up in that one little area outside the big city. And they have all the little events. Well, I did all of them, and I got the pet, the little cat, and I got the broom that you can ride on, which I thought was going to be a forever mount. So I worked. I went and trick-or-treated and got so much of that freaking candy, got my broom, got my little cat to go on it, and then on November the 1st, they took it away. You can't use it anymore. So now my cool mount that I was riding on, which with that broom with my little cat sitting on it, no, you can't have that no more. It's over. Holidays are done. And I was just like, no, I'm done with you.
Aw.
Tell me that. I wanted my broom and I wanted my cat. And they took them both.
Oh, so, yeah. See, I got lucky there. I was apparently the Headless Horseman mount was really hard to get. And
it was so hard to get.
Yeah, and I got one on my second run through.
Oh my gosh, that is freaking awesome.
Yeah, see, sometimes, unlike my Epic 7 luck, sometimes I actually have some good one there. But then I think this was Terra. I was playing in Terra and they had an event going on. And I was on, I think I was at Anime Expo or something. I wasn't actually there for most of it. And then I came back home and I saw they were doing that event. And I'm like, oh, you could get this awesome dragon mount. Fuck, I'm going to do this quest. And literally, I was at the vendor. I had his interface open. I put the event tokens in. I was about to buy my dragon mount. And that's right when the event ended.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Did you like, I bet there's just a onslaught of profanity from you because I would have been like, no,
Yeah.
I mean, I would have been so close to like pulling like a little spurg over it. I mean, because
oh no, I flat out I read in real life. It was the neighbors were calling the cops on me. I'm quite sure.
Oh my God! See, that's how I would have been too. I mean, seriously, I know it's a game, but when you work that hard on something, they're just like, you get done like that. Yeah, it's so annoying. Gosh, so annoying.
Yeah, you get nothing.
Yes, all that work for nothing. Nothing to show for it except a lot of wasted time that I could have been farming for gold. There's so much other stuff I could have been doing.
That's right. You're farming for gold like in Vanilla WoW when buying a mount was actually a big deal.
Buying a mount was huge in Vanilla WoW. And then when they started with the flying ones oh well, hell. Gotta get a flying mount, right? Who wants to run on the ground?
Yeah, even though you could only use it in Outlands, but
I know.
Yeah, God, that was still fun.
It was. Really. Honestly, once you get into an online game like that, it becomes really, like, we call it getting addicted because it becomes like crack. Like, I had a friend that when we would go over to his house, he was so into EverQuest that I didn't even know, like, because I met him through my husband, and I didn't even know what he looked like for like the first 3 months because all I saw was the back of his head where he was playing EverQuest, but he would, pass stuff and, but yeah, so what have y'all been doing today and stuff like that. And so, yeah, they do. They're so much fun. And yeah, I loved WoW. I loved EverQuest. I need a new one.
Hey, try out Blade and Soul. But
I am definitely going to.
Yeah, gameplay wise, it's probably the best one. Got some more shekels. So Air Shogun, thank you for the $5. I personally prefer Onigiri over other MMOs these days. You can play as a waifu, run around in sexy underwear, and show off your waifu's tits and ass. Well, you could do that in Blade and Soul too. Now, see, that's the good thing about Blade and Soul is you can make your characters as realistic as anime or as just freakishly deformed as you want.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it has a very powerful character creator. You could make something like super sexy, super cute, or something that would probably get thrown out of a circus.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I don't know. I know that you're huge in the anime. So, have you ever played Yandere?
Oh, Yandere Simulator? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope that game eventually gets done, but yeah, I mean, it's like Hitman with anime waifus, yeah.
Yes, I love that game. I watch videos on how to kill people and not get caught. But just so y'all know, you can't throw blood on people and frame them. It doesn't work.
Now, and that's the biggest flaw in games like that. Is if you got games that give you too much freedom, that just makes the things you can't do stand out even more.
It does. Oh my gosh, you are so right. That is so true. When it's limited, you don't complain as much as when it's like open like that, where you're like, why the hell can't I do that? No, I'm calling bullcrap on this. So no, you are absolutely right.
Yeah. Oh, and then Air Shogun continues. Speaking of tits, I was overloaded with tits early on in your stream. Way to go, RGE. Yeah. We got the good stuff here. This one's probably going to be age restricted afterwards. I mean, it's not really showing anything, but neither was Super Harem, and I got hit with the age restriction right after the stream ended.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and see, this is what I like about YouTube too. This is one of the things I appreciate. Is when you go to an age-restricted video, it'll say why. I mean, if I did it myself, it would say that, the creator said it, but it says set by YouTube. So, you know it wasn't me just doing it to fuck with you.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's... Yeah, I guess YouTube doesn't like Wenger. All right, and Wyatt Holiday, thank you for the E5. If you like comics with plot and backstory, can't go wrong with Pirate Queen, Rocket Gal, and Ardana. All of those coming out in March, huh?
Yes.
And don't forget to back Wart the Wizard. And that's only going to put you back $25 at the most, unless you want 3 copies, because all the higher tiers are gone.
Yep. And we're, like I said, we're getting close to the very end, and then I'm going to be closing it and opening up Pirate Queen. So, yay!
Awesome. And Mish Roos, thank you for another 5. Like, yes, the Netflix Witcher, not that bad. Episode 1 had a scene of some good plot. TNA 3D plot, still good though. So I'm sold so far. Hey, that's cool. And High Lord Inquisitor, thank you for the 2. It's like, nerd check. Does she know the Emperor? Yeah. How much do you know about Warhammer 40K?
I don't know anything about Warhammer. I mean, I know of it. I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
Well, that could be a fun little adventure there if you want to go read the lore. Don't play the game unless you have infinite time and money. But you would definitely love the lore, probably.
That is the game. I'm thinking, right. That is the game that I see when I go into like my local comic book store and they have all the little figures and the trees and all the stuff. Or am I thinking of something else?
Well, there's a few games like that, but that probably is Warhammer. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the guys in my comic book store playing it, and it looks fun. But again, they do cost a lot. Like I go and buy magic cards. I got a lot of those. That's how I knew about Warhammer, from buying magic cards, because my local comic book store doesn't have comic books.
Well, what do? I mean, it's up to people like us to make comics profitable enough for them again. Because Marvel DC aren't going to do it. But man, you should have seen the stream earlier, man. We were just nerding out about Magic. That was fun. Yeah, because I had a I was telling my white deck. Yeah, because this is my stream last night. Yeah, I was talking back and forth with the chat a bit. Yeah, I was just reminiscing because I stopped playing right after 10th edition launched, or was it like right before 11th came out? Whatever the set was there, it was shortly after Apocalypse. But my white deck was great. I had 4 Kildoran Royal Guards in there. Oh, that's great. I'm never taken any damage. That was two Sarah avatars and Soul Link. That was, or was it Spirit Link? I mean, one of them was a white and black one that was twice as effective. But yeah, I thought, so every time, so the Sarah avatar had power and toughness equal to your health. And then you put a Spirit Link on it, so every time it deals damage, you gain that much life.
Oh my God.
So I smack someone for 20, and all of a sudden my health is 40, and my Sarah avatar is now a 40-40. Smack someone for 40 next. Yeah.
Yep. I had a one of those as well. I had a whole angel deck. My white was just strictly angels. Because I thought they were pretty. They didn't win. They didn't win a lot, but I thought they were pretty. Like I would play, and like somebody would pull out an artifact deck and just obliterate me because they've got like 8 things out in one. They tap 2 mana, 2 turns, and they've got like a whole army sitting out there where it costs nothing to pull them out. And so, but yeah, I played with an angel deck. I had a blue one. I had a black. I won't want to say zombie because it wasn't. Maybe it was zombies. It was zombies or rats. Maybe both. I had one of those. I made all kinds of crazy decks, and I didn't always win, but I thought my cards were pretty. So I had my Jester's Cap. That one was one of my good ones. And I had, my friend had got into Magic right when it first came out, and he had all of it, the big ones. Like, I think it was like the 7, the big 7 cards or 9 or whatever. He had all but like 2 of them and sold them before they had a value. So he sold them for like $200. And now if he would have had those original cards, he'd be like a millionaire if he could have found a bottom for it.
First edition Black Lotus, sell it for like $50.
Yeah. That's what he had. He had that, and I can't think about like Time Walk, maybe Time Walk was one of them, but he had a ton of them, and sold them before they really had any value. And it's still to this day, he'll say, I could have had a lot of money back, I'd be rich right now if I hadn't been a dumbass and sold those to. So poor guy.
No, the same thing happened to me with Bitcoin, actually, because I knew of Bitcoin when it was, less than $2 a coin. Mm-hmm. And I was debating, like, I got like $200 I could dump into this. I mean, I could afford to lose that much. Like, nothing's ever going to happen with it. Well, I could have been retired by now.
Yep, I have half a Bitcoin, half a one, which is still worth a lot now. While I was pregnant, I played a lot of online poker. And I just, they did it with Bitcoin. So I think I maybe put $10 in or something. And once I lost down, I had like a half a coin left or whatever. So yeah, I just kind of quit playing, moved on, did my own thing. And now I tried to find it, and I was like trying to get into that account. Like what website was that? Where is that coin? Somewhere out there is half a Bitcoin that is mine. And I can't remember what website or where it's at. So it still bothers me to this day. I'll try to like look through old like documents where I used to type in all my passwords and stuff, trying to find it. It's gone. I've had like 5 different computers since then. So I'm sad.
Oh yeah, that is a tragedy. Oh, and Miss Carouse, thank you for the 2. I'll raise you my blue and black deck. I actually had an all color deck because when Apocalypse came out, they were really pushing the multicolor decks. Yes. Yeah. And I actually got a legacy weapon. Just fucking awesome. Now for 1 of each mana, you could remove any permanent from the game.
That is freaking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. When you can whip that out. Woo. But no, I still have that somewhere. I mean, I didn't sell any of my Magic cards. I still have my collections. If I went and dug through my storage, I could pull out all my decks exactly as they were years ago when I still played.
Yeah, mine I didn't sell any, but they are under boxes upon boxes upon boxes upon boxes. I do know it wasn't too terribly long ago. I dug in there just to get, I wanted my not Rainbow Bright, my My Little Pony card holders back so I could put other cards in them. So I did dig in there, but then I stacked all kinds of crap back up on top of them and just pushed them to the side. My kids could have them when they get 18 or 19. They can go sell them and buy something.
Yeah, well, the longer you wait, even card games that never hit it big. Magi Nation is the one. I mean, I played that in the early 2000s when it came out, and they put out a few sets and then just disappeared. And now, I mean, you could easily find like first editions of the first set for like $70, $80 for an entire box of booster packs. But all the other ones, I mean, dear God, if you could find some of those other sets for like $500, $600 a box, it's a steal because you can't find them anywhere. And this was a failed card game. I mean, the reason they disappeared is because nobody was buying it. But now the few people that still want to play it, there's none to go around.
Right. Yes. Yeah, I try to buy when I see stuff that looks interesting. I'll buy it and try it and see. I stick them like I also have a bunch of what were those other cards? I can't even think of what they were now, but another card game that didn't do anything. There's some thrown in that box too, and I was looking through and I was like, they ain't never gonna be worth nothing. But maybe one day they will. I got a stack of baseball cards, like a whole box of baseball cards that maybe one day we'll see. Just dump them on my kids. I can go through it.
Yeah, and that's the tragedy. Because see, half the shit I have in my house, unless you're a nerd, you don't know how much it's actually worth. So that's why you got there's that stereotype of you could go to an estate sale or something and find some cards. It's like say a deck of Magic the Gathering cards. Oh, I'll sell you that for $25, and you look through. There's like 4 Black Lotuses in there. I'll buy that for $25. Hell yeah!
Absolutely. Here, go and take you another $25 just on the house.
That's right.
Saunter away with all your money.
Yeah, and that's why I actually I'm gonna have to go talk to my lawyer again too, because I do have to get a a will taken care of eventually, and I'm gonna have strict instructions there to let everyone know, and look up the value of this thing before you sell it or throw it away, because what you consider trash could be like $20,000.
Right. So, this samurai sword that you think is just a joke I've had hanging up on the wall is now like $50K. So you may want to check into that type thing. Yeah.
Yeah. See, actually, funny thing, I do have a real one, like not a replica.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and I don't even know how much it would be worth, but although it's actually like I think from World War II. It's not from when the samurai were still around, really. But in World War II, the Japanese like naval officers were still given real katanas, right? So yeah, I got one of those from my uncle shortly before he died.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know how much it's really worth, but yeah, I mean it looks pretty. It's been pretty well maintained, but the leather clearly looks very old and ragged by now. So that's one of those things where it's people may think, oh, that's just that's flea market junk,
right? And it probably has like a huge value, at least to a museum. If nothing else, a museum would probably want that. So
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, but I know I have to explain that to people, like, because if normies inherit my stuff, yeah, they're the ones that are gonna, they're gonna put out an estate sale. It's like, yeah, you can have here this $10,000 sword. Yeah, you can have it for $25. I mean, I'm just trying to get rid of it.
Yeah, do you know how many happy nerds are going to be skipping out of the house after something like that happens? Like, so I've got me about $20,000 worth of merchandise here, and I spent $2.
That's right. Yeah, that's how it's going to be, man. That's how it's going to be. But on the other hand, I mean, I'll be dead, so I don't really give a shit. But
still, though,
yeah,
that's going to in your grave about it. You'd rather it,
Yeah, that's gonna. Oh no! See, here's what's gonna happen. Right? I'm gonna leave like my most expensive. Like, I'm gonna leave a ball joint doll or something for somebody, and those are worth thousands already. And they're gonna and I'm gonna leave that to like say one of my sister's kids or something, and then they're gonna think I trolled them and I hate them. It's like oh god, no, that guy got the car and this is all I get, like that motherfucker, and then they're gonna get rid of it, and then a few years later they're gonna be like, how much was that worth?
Right, and then they're gonna sit like me sitting over here about my Bitcoin, be like. All sad because I didn't know the value.
Yeah, I could have paid my mortgage off.
Right.
Yeah. But no, actually, fuck, maybe I'm going to troll people like that. I'm going to send people things without telling them how much it's worth. And if they don't bother looking it up, it's on them.
That's so cruel, though. That'll mess with them for years. That's like the gift that keeps on giving right there.
Oh yeah. I'm like that guy in the Boondocks. Have you seen that show?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you remember that episode where Granddad's old war buddy died?
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah. The entire thing was just a prank from beyond the grave, and his last words on the video were like, "Ha! You'll never get me back now, because I'm dead, bitch."
That was hilarious.
Yeah. That's like something I would do. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, no, I did all this. Where's my reward? You get these nuts.
These nuts. Yes.
A jar of nuts.
That, I swear, I about died when I saw that. I had tears coming down because I was not expecting that at all. It was so funny, though. Yeah,
that's the type of shit I would do. Like, I swear. And then also have no. See, actually, I would do that. Except the contents of that jar would actually be worth like $30,000 or something, and then knowing full well that they just throw it away and get pissed or whatever, and then after the fact they'd find out how much it was.
Right, exactly. And then it will forever haunt them.
I got you twice, bitch, and you can still never get me back.
Yeah, that is so a way of haunting somebody without having to literally come back and haunt somebody. It'll haunt every time they're short on money. Like they're gonna think, I wouldn't even be doing this shit right now. Wouldn't even have to be doing this if I just would have known. Why didn't that asshole tell me? So yeah,
because he's an asshole. Yeah.
Because he's an asshole.
Yeah, although we got plenty of assholes even now. I mean, so in the news, there was actually I saw this headline yesterday that the story itself makes sense, but then when you just look at the headline, I'll pull this up. This is something we have to see. I mean, just look at that headline. Can you believe the trolling that whoever wrote this is doing?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, the article explains a bit more, but I mean, to be fair, though, if there was only 3 bodies at the cemetery,
that must be a new cemetery. That must have been like, the first 3 that came through. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and this is a real news site. I mean, it's it's for real. Someone was just having fun writing these headlines. Yeah.
I see a lot of strange headlines. Nothing quite as weird as that one, though, because that's just so weird that they would have worded it that way, because obviously there's a lot more than 3 bodies in the cemetery. So
yeah, well, those 3 were apparently above ground, and they were prematurely dropped off there or something. But yeah, a crime did occur, but you could have written that headline a little bit better.
Right. And now I'm curious about the crime. Now I'm curious, like, did somebody kill somebody and just go dump their body at the cemetery to save somebody the trouble?
Yeah. Well, actually, and I know some people are saying, oh, they misspelled Paris. No. This is Paris, California. So yeah, 3 bodies were found next to a gravesite at the cemetery. Yeah, I don't think they're going to show. I don't think they're going to say. Yeah, all they said was that all 3 victims were men, but have not released them. So this is a real story. I mean, 3 dead people that weren't supposed to be there were found at the cemetery. But that headline.
Is just. That's a point right there.
Yeah, give that guy a raise.
Right. He's killing it with his headlines.
Yeah. And again, when I first read that, I thought, okay, this is either a joke or somebody's been some necrophiliacs have been grave robbing, if you know what I
mean. Yeah. Looking for that pirate booty there at the cemetery. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, see, what was it during the? It was during the era during the Age of Exploration, when the pirates were actually still big in the Caribbean. Their average lifespan after becoming a pirate was like 2 years. So.
Really?
Yeah, it's
wow. That really didn't give you.
But they really enjoyed their time, apparently. But
you were straight going. You got like 2 years, and you're going to be, in Davy Jones's locker. So, well, that's crazy. That were you as disappointed when? Okay, because I think I was like maybe early 20s when the new pirating started. Like the pirates, I don't know where they were from, but they were talking about
Somalia?
Pirates. Yeah. That's it. Yes. And the pirates have taken people hostage. And, I heard it before I saw it. And I was like, oh, shit, we got pirates again. Dread Pirate Roberts is up in here. What's going on? And I looked and it was like, them ain't pirates. They don't even have the crossbone and skull flag or nothing. These ain't pirates. What the hell? I was so disappointed, though, when I saw that, because I was all excited thinking, yeah, we get pirates again. But no.
Yeah. You got these, usually they had 2 tiny little raft-looking boats that they loaded 5 guys each with machine guns on and go out onto. And because those giant cargo ships they don't have a very big crew.
No.
Yeah, so they could take a ship like that.
Yeah. No, I was disappointed. I was disappointed by the new pirates that we were given, and I don't think they should have called them pirates.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I had that same feeling when I found out. It's like, oh, what pirates are on the internet now? Oh, that's the most boring shit ever.
Right?
Like, internet pirates are even more boring. Oh, let's go to the piratebay.org. Download this. Ooh, yar har, I'm a pirate now. that's all it takes. Yeah. Yeah, that's all it is, man.
That was sad.
Yeah, Cartman broke a leg off a table and put it on someone's amputated leg and went, see?
Yes, that's hard. Yes, I saw that episode, and I felt exactly like Cartman. Exactly like him. Is it that hard? Get you a peg leg, get a pirate, and start singing some pirate tunes. And for the love of God, get us a sign up there so we know that you are in fact pirates.
Yeah, and get a parrot, man.
A parrot, yes.
I have it. I know from personal experience that they can whoop level 20 noob druids.
Yes. Yeah. We now know that. We know.
I saw it happen.
Maybe not all of them, but that particular one was having a hell of a time with it. So we're going.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was possible for someone to lose to a pet that was lower level than them, but I should have known better.
Yeah, you should have known right then and there.
No, this was the same guy. We were running some dungeons in Lich King as well, and he was. So this was when recount spamming was a big thing. Just make sure everyone's on point. Yeah. So halfway through the dungeon, the healer's like, "Whoa, stop! We're gonna have to do something about this." And this wasn't like a damage dealing healer. He wasn't like a shadow priest. No, it's like a fucking holy priest, like 100% healing. And he pulled out the recount, and the DPS. I mean, my friend who was playing a DPS was below the healer at the very bottom. And I just bust out laughing. And he was like trying to get mad. He's like, aren't you going to defend me? Like, that's indefensible. Like, you need to explain to me how you can be that bad. I couldn't be that bad if I tried.
Right.
Yeah, I could just take my hands off the keyboard and not hit any buttons, and my DPS would be higher than that.
I could go and just go, heat me up a piece of pizza and just leave for a while, and it would be better. Oh my God, that is funny.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get it.
How are you? What was he wearing? How did he not have?
Well, he had enough gear to make it into the dungeon.
Holy crap. That is sad. That is sad. Yeah. He needed to start over. He needed to do something different. Poor guy. Did he ever get his shit together? Did he ever get it together and become this amazing player?
Oh, hell no. He rage quit.
Oh, okay. There you go. Well, that too.
Yeah, so, that works.
There you go.
Well, and then we also played League of Legends with them, and I remember, I was actually while playing that. I mean, I had my laptop and I went over to his place and we were just playing together. I was watching him, and that game uses like 8 buttons, right? And he was using he like hit the D key and then he was looking at the screen. Then he looked down at the keyboard, moved his finger over, hit the Q key, looked up at the screen again. Ooh, that explains a lot. Right there. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Well, he does get good at some games though. He can finish most games. I mean, he's not like DSP at least, but
right.
Yeah. So there is that. Oh man.
So he does sound like an awesome person to play with. It sounds like
if you're not playing competitively, then that's right.
You're just running around, going and farming some stuff and just, power leveling or something. He sounds like he would be a hoot to hang around with.
No, okay. I'll tell you the best one. This is even better than the parrot. So we started some new characters in WoW. and I was a mage. He was a shaman. Level 45, he realized, like, I've never used a single totem. Because as soon as he did his quests to get the totems, he just put them in the bank.
No.
I'm not kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Because I told him, it's like, dude, drop a healing totem. I'm about to die. He's like, what?
Oh my God. That's like a bard never playing a song. You'll get no song from me, sir.
Yeah, and in his defense, I could have told him that at level 10, but I was like, how long is it going to take before he notices? Like level 45. Yeah.
You literally, do you know how hard it probably was to play that shaman and get him up to 45 without using any of the totems?
Well, I was with him the whole time, so I did see that. Yeah.
At least you were nice enough to do that, but holy crap. Seriously, that is freaking awesome. He was a pro gamer. Yes.
Yeah, and I don't know, it may sound like I'm ripping on him, but you're absolutely right. He was so fun to play with.
Oh, he sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I almost want you to, after this, let me know what game he is playing now and what server, so I could go and find him and buddy up so we can play together. Because, yeah, he sounds fun.
I don't think he's playing anything online anymore, but yeah, that was a very good time. He was, I mean, it was, again, no rip on how he plays the game, but there's a reason I kept playing with him for years. It was fun. Yeah, even he was like, yeah, I have no interest in ever doing this competitively anyway. I don't give a shit. I'm like,
oh hey, yeah,
yeah.
He sounds awesome to me, and I hope that one day he finds another online game and gets very much invested into it, so I can hear more stories about his trials and errors.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, that was the good old days when before gaming was completely taken over by corporations, huh? Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that's, you know, I support capitalism and all that, but I can clearly see what happens when, you know, an industry that used to be made by gamers for gamers makes so much money that it's now run by bean counters and investors and shareholders and just like the comic industry. That's why we're here to fix it.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, I can't fix what they've done to Star Wars. There's nothing I can do. I can't make a movie. I can't fix what they're doing to video games. I'm not knowledgeable enough to make better games, but I know my comic books and I can make that. So I can at least make that better while, you know, maybe other people can start making other stuff better. Cause yeah, it's just like when, you know, EverQuest got sold, or well, I don't think they got sold, but I think Sony bought it or somebody. But as soon as they did, then they started with EQ2. Well, I bought EQ2. I went and bought a new computer, up the RAM, made it to where, because of course you know what I was playing on with EverQuest wouldn't work with EQ2. I needed a whole new system because, you know, they're making it so much better. It was a joke. It was an absolute joke. EverQuest 2 was trash. It was absolute. Yeah, see, absolute freaking trash. It was horrible. And that is when actual EverQuest, everybody went and moved over to EQ2, played for like, I don't know, maybe a week, and then EverQuest was done. That's it. You went back to EQ to play, and there was nobody left. Everybody moved on to World of Warcraft. So it was sad.
Yeah, that was some good times. Yeah, I mean, I played the original EverQuest a little bit, and then I never actually played 2. It looks like I dodged a bullet there. But
it was horrible, especially coming from 1. Like, you know, you used to be able to tell how, you know, high level the mob was, and if you could take it by color, you would con them. If they were blue, they were, you know, dark blue, they were level to you. If they were white, that, you know, and on and on and on, and it would go up all the way to red. So red, they're going to kill you. So you went up in EQ2 first thing, and you run up to a like level 1 mob, but you think it's level 1. It's green to you, so obviously you're going to be able to kill it. Oh, but the green around his name had another ring around it, so it was a like group mob. You needed a group for it, and I was like, what? Why am I getting my ass kicked by this level 1 bee? What is going on here?
Must have been the queen bee,
right? Yeah, it was they changed it so much that it didn't even feel like it was the same anymore. And I think everybody moved over there thinking, well, the graphics are going to be better, it's going to run better, but it's still going to be EverQuest. It wasn't EverQuest. It was horrible.
Yeah, and God,
look at this book here.
No, thankfully with World of Warcraft, I got used to it being tough. Yeah, just because, I mean, remember when the elite mobs used to actually take a group of 5 people to take down? Like now you can solo them, but that's
absolutely.
Oh God, we needed a whole group to take Hogger out. Those were the days. And even when WoW first launched, it was even worse because if you were dead when the boss was killed, you didn't get the credit for it.
Oh, right. If you were having to run back and like yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. At the graveyard, and you would have to run all the way back.
Yeah, and if they killed the boss while you were running back, you had to fight it again so you could get the credit. Yeah, that was. Ooh, those were fun. Those were fun, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, hon.
I'll say before that, the only MMO I played a lot was Conquer Online, which very few people heard of it. Yeah, it was a Chinese one.
Okay.
And they were doing this whole microtransaction thing and loot boxes before, like 10 years before the West did. But that was a fun time. And that game, there was a lot of good stories behind there because I think you could get up to like level 130 in that game.
Oh,
and
wow.
There was a lot of power differential too, because I remember I was playing a Trojan, which. Yeah, I mean, I was mostly for the dual wielding. So I had my PvE gear. I had a club and a sword, and the club had this massive area of effect damage. And we were in the middle of a guild war with another guild, and I was in the middle of one of the noob towns because I was just got done farming, was passing through, and I see an enemy guild member, and I just like, I'm gonna go kill this guy right before I just passing through town. Like, why not? So I jump in there, I smack him, and then I realize, shit, I didn't equip my glaive, which is what I used for PvP. And I hit him, the splash damage takes effect, wipes the whole room out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the corpses of noobs as far as the eye can see.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
Yeah, then the guards just jumped up and killed my ass in one hit because that's what happens when you gank a whole bunch of noobs in the middle of town.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the guards get pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played a little bit of Asheron's Call. I played City of Heroes. I played that one, and then there was another one I played, and it started with a little elf in a town, and he was like, "My hotel's as clean as an elven arse," or something, and that's the only thing I can remember about it. But it was really, really, and it wasn't an elf; it was like a little dwarf or something. But he was like, "Yeah," and but I can't remember the name of that damn game, but it was funny. I made my own version of it, and I had it was Puff, the level up dragon, and you would go and talk to him, and would you like to level up? Baldur's Gate! Yes, Baldur's Gate. That was it. Yeah, I played that one too. It was fun. I made my own level up dragon. I know people are saying that's quite a thing. It's because it's like the first thing that they say it's kind of like Deckard Cain from Diablo. Everybody knows what Deckard Cain says. Stay a while and listen. Because every time you walk by that asshole, that's what he says to you.
And then you never stay, do you? Yeah.
No, because I don't want to mess with Deckard. I don't have business with Deckard. I'm going to sell shit and go back out there for a quest. I'm not worried about Deckard over here.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, this is Diablo, damn it. There's no story here. Like the whole story of Diablo is you kill shits to get good loot, to kill more powerful shits to get better loot.
Right, exactly. That is exactly it. And they just totally Deckard. He's just an asshole.
But no, once he starts identifying your items, though, yeah, that's pretty
okay.
cool.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll take it back. Yes, once he started identifying stuff for me, there was a use for Decker. I agree. He became a guy I frequented regularly. So those games are so fun, though.
Yeah, see this. And notice how all of these games we're talking about, they're like 15 plus years old.
That's exactly. That's the issue. The new games suck. Some of them, the online ones do anyway. Yeah, like I love Skyrim. I can't play it hardly anymore now because just I beat it. It fried my brain, and now I'm done with it. But yeah, even like Kingdom Hearts came out, the third one, and I was so, I've been playing that game since the very first one, and I was so excited. I went and I bought it, and I bought the, the collector's edition, the big legacy edition or whatever it was. I bought the, $60 guide for it. And I was like, yes, and Kingdom Hearts. I don't know any of the freaking characters that are there. None of them, because they did this game on this system, this one on this platform, this one on this one, this one on this. So, and I didn't play like the ones that was for, handhelds. I didn't play them. And now I don't know any of the characters. So now I'm not connected to the story. So, yeah. They just kill them.
Apparently Kingdom Hearts 3 was pretty disappointing, even if you knew what was going on. So
it's possible. Yeah. I made it to I think it was like the Toy Story in the mall. And by then I was like, two boomers talking about old games.
Yeah. Oh, so I actually have to talk about this comment that Lou Mist made, that Necromancy and Diablo 2 are an inseparable duo for me. My first Diablo 2 character was a Necromancer, and that lasted like 2 hours until I rage quit and made a Barbarian. And nothing against the Necromancer after they fixed it, but when the game first launched, you couldn't walk through your own minions. So I have an army of skeletons. I walk into a dead-end hallway, and I try to walk back out, and I can't because my minions are in the way, and they won't fucking move.
No, that is free. I didn't play it when it was like that. Yeah. They must have already fixed it. That is freaking funny.
Yeah, so every time I went into a dead-end hallway, I had to unsummon my entire army and rebuild it again. And after like the fourth time, I was like, that's it. I'm rolling a fucking Barbarian. Enough of this shit.
Oh my gosh, that is freaking hilarious. Yeah, I never played it when it was like that. It was already fixed, I guess, by the time I started playing it. But oh my God, I love that so much that you couldn't walk. You couldn't get up to the mob because of your little skeleton army. That is freaking great.
Yeah, and then there was one time too where I was fighting a lightning enchanted boss. And all the skeletons surrounded it and were hitting it, but all the lightning was coming at me. I was just there getting fried to death. Like, what the fuck? I'm not even doing anything.
That is so funny. Did you ever do the secret cow zone where all the cows are moo? I used to. I used to love going in there. I would just leave it with the cows running around mooing just for the sound effect of it. I liked it.
Moo. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Although when it comes to Necromancer stories, I just have really shit luck with that class at launch because I actually played I played that Conan MMO when it launched as well, and I played a Necromancer in that game, and I had like 4 or 5 ghouls. I think it was only 3 at that point. It was like very very early in the game, and I'm on one end of a clearing. There's a mob on the other end of the clearing. So, and I send my ghouls to go attack him. My 3 ghouls run up, takes a few seconds to get to him, and then they hit him. And then he beelines straight for me and starts kicking my ass. Like, what the fuck's the point of these minions? They're just extra damage at this point.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's funny though. Yeah. It sounds like you and a Necromancer is not the best class for you.
Yeah, I know. I keep finding those weird either bugs or unfinished features. I don't know. But yeah, I played in Diablo. I just went Barbarian. And then when Lord of Destruction came out, I made a Druid. And that was I played my Druid as a Barbarian. all my points into bear form and maul.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Yeah, I played a sorcerer, I think. I always get the classes mixed up because it was the the girl in Diablo 2, the girl.
The sorceress? Yeah.
Yes, I played her. And, I did really well the first playthrough, but then when I went back to play it again, everything was like resistant to my spells. So I was like, this is some bullshit here. But I did like her little saying because I used to annoy people so bad with that time to die, time to die. And I just make her do it over and over and over again. The sorceress was like, oh my God.
That was the same thing when I played with my sorceress too, where now if you specialize in one element, guess what everything's going to be immune to.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I went fire and ice. And then I encountered an enemy that was resistant to both. Fuck this game. I'm done.
Yeah.
Let me go back to my druid. Nothing's immune to getting punched in the fucking face.
Exactly. I've made a paladin because, wow, you wouldn't think it, but that little hammer spell they had that made all the hammers go around and hit people, holy crap, the damage that put out. It was no joke. It put out some wicked damage.
Yeah. Oh, man. The last time I played Diablo 2, I played as a sorceress when I was playing with my friends, because I figured if I'm playing with like 3 other people, they can make up for the elemental resistance. I actually soloed Diablo because I put like all my points into, I think it was just Fireball. And I learned that's the maggot layer in the desert, where my first solo playthrough as a sorceress, I couldn't kill those maggots fast enough. They were in that final room. They were spawning too fast. Yeah, so I actually had to learn Fireball just to be able to take them all out.
That is awesome.
Cool. Oh man, I'm way behind on shekels. I got to get caught up on that here. So Chrono Trigger Abby, thank you for the $10. Hey, my Vinny City of Venus and art book just arrived. Sweet. Awesome. I'm glad you enjoy that. Yeah, I think he did mention when Vinny was on that he bought those. So that is good, man. See, if you want to support Vinny, his stuff's already shipping.
Oh, yes. And I have backed a few of Vinny's books. They get here fast, and the quality is absolutely stunning. He has beautiful books.
Yeah, he's definitely a good artist. And I'm quite sure, at least given by what Donald DeLay said when he was working at Image, and they had some super successful book, at least by Image standards, and they got like what, $300 to split between 4 of them. Yeah. No, not anymore, man. Now that we can go independent. Good. Oh, yeah, Tabal Links, thank you. The 5 on swords. Older Pakistani swords were great. Newer ones are trash. The reason the wrecked tanks don't have any armor left. Wish that was a joke. Oh, so that's what they made the swords out of, huh? They made it out of tank armor. Now, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Meshkai thank you for another 5. The World War II sword is definitely worth some good coin. A collector would give you good shekels for it. If I had the capital, I'd make you an offer tonight. Well, I'm not willing to part with it yet, but I will keep that in mind. And that's right. I have it in my bedroom now, but maybe I could put it as part of my set for when I turn my webcam on again.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that would be awesome to have in the background.
Yeah, because I know for a fact people are going to, there's probably some people like, you don't have one of those. Like, okay, I'll show it then. And Satanic Tater, thank you for the $2. Question for guest. Are traps gay? Yeah.
What kind of traps?
No, let's see.
Are we talking about like traps in a game that like catches you, or are we talking about traps in real life that catch you?
Well, it's closer to the second one. I mean, it's mostly in reference to anime characters. Like, say, you got a cute girl, and then 3 episodes in, you find out it's really a dude. Yeah, that kind of trap.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
It sounds like I just saw a thing on somebody had posted it, and it took me everything I had not to send it to some of the bigger guys just to see if they like said anything to me about it, because I typically don't like John Malin comes on and streams with me, but like I don't mess with it. He's John Malin. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like harass him in DMs like, what are you doing today and stuff. but there was a girl who looks a little bit like me. She's really, really cute and young. And she says, I'm not like most girls. I wear leggings. And she stands up and she's got this schlong that's like that big. And it's like, no, how are you going to do that? So, and at this point, I don't know if it was real or if it was fake or what it was, but it is freaking hilarious. Oh my God. I watched it over and over and over again and laughed my ass off about it. So like I did send it to everybody that I'm close enough with on Twitter that like at least get my sense of humor. So I sent it to a bunch of people, got that morning. They woke up and saw, oh, Mandy messed him. Oh shit, what is this? So
never opening anything from Mandy again.
Yeah, it was funny though. It was funny because I wear leggings. And yeah, she's wearing leggings and yeah, she packing heat. She packing.
So the question is she gay? Or are you gay for liking her? Yeah, that's the argument. Yeah.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't want to say yes, but yes. It seems like once you get to that, if you don't know and you fall in love with the person beforehand, then no. But once you find out and you're like, yeah, I'm cool with it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
So there you go. There's the answer. That's good enough. Yeah. And DeWalt, thank you for the 5. One merchant's crewman with a super soaker full of gasoline and a lighter could take out those pirate boarding parties. Yeah, the Somali pirates. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, but you have to be able to hit them though, because usually they got these weird laws out at sea where you're not supposed to be armed. So yeah, a lot of those merchant ships, they don't have any armed guards or anything. So
no.
Yeah, they're completely defenseless against these pirate attacks. That's why these so-called pirates can just get a freaking paddle boat and go out there and just board you. Like, what are you going to do? Shoot them? You can't.
It seems like I would at least, like, once it started, I would at least get me like a stack of rocks or something.
Oh, yeah. Or molten oil. When
I try to get on, I've got a pretty good right arm. I can throw kind of hard. I mean, it don't look that strong and it's not, but I think I can knock somebody who's off balance trying to climb up the side of a ship. Seems like I can knock them down. Maybe get an oar, smack them in the face with an oar. There's a way.
Yeah, just they did that in the Middle Ages when people were trying to scale the walls. They dumped big ass barrels of rocks on them, or burning hot oil. Yeah, that's one you don't want to be hit with.
Yeah, there's ways. I think I don't feel like they would get on my boat. I feel like I would have defended my boat from them because they looked like malnourished and everything else. So they weren't eating well. They weren't healthy.
I still bet they could beat your average internet pirate though in a fight.
Oh yeah, well hell yeah, an internet pirate. Yeah. Anybody could beat them almost.
Cool. And Nova Zero, thank you for the 10. I know you gave up Fate Grand Order, but the Garden of Sinners revival is happening. I actually got everything out of that event the first time around because that was one of the most. Yeah, I think the last event I did was the Prisma Ilia one. But yeah, that one. I already have that one covered. I would have nothing to do in that revival. But so also I was whistling Ishizoku's closing song and a random guy whistled along my dog whistle, yo. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right. Now you can whistle the Interspecies Reviewers closing song. You can't do it with the intro song because it's pretty much the YMCA song. that they changed. Yeah, they has the same beat as that. They just changed the lyrics around. But the ending song, yeah, you could find out the fellow perverts that way. And yeah, tab on links. Thank you, the 5. Something bad happens and y'all ask what a dude was wearing. I know he sucked, but still. Yeah, and DeWalt, thank you, the 5 again. Gas burns on water and it floats. Don't even need to hit the boat with the lighter. Just throw it in the water. Harbor Master, it's just a toy.
There you go. Yeah, they would have made it on my boat. I would have defended it.
Hey, you got some Greek fire going on, man. You got some freaking Greek fire. Yeah, that's. Ooh, yeah. There's ways you could defend yourself without. And actually, see, this is the thing. This is human nature. This always happens. where you got, like, say you ban guns, everyone's just going to start using knives or throwing knives. Crossbows is another one. So my sister's boyfriend isn't a U.S. citizen yet, so he can't own a gun. So he just has some crossbows.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, just there are ways around it. So maybe you could do that on the ships too. You could just get some good crossbows instead of guns.
That's true. Or some of those throwing stars.
Shuriken. Yeah,
I feel like that would work. There's you could get around it. You could get around it. Guns aren't the only way. They're the most, easiest. But yeah, you get around it.
Yeah. You got a license for that spork, son? It soon will be there. I can guarantee you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because this is how. I wonder when they're going to ban trucks. That's the question. Oh, slingshots, that too.
I that too.
Oh, yeah, get a gun, just write crossbow on it. It'll fool the cops every time.
They'll never know.
Yeah, that's right.
Never know the difference.
Oh, actually, shit. If you want to trigger the government, I think a lot of crossbows, they do kind of have a lot of the features of a gun. So you could actually get a pistol, get a 9mm or something, and build up a crossbow frame around it. You could hide your gun in a crossbow.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's my ideas for you. Don't try this at home.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, someone's going to do this now, and they're going to pull up this video, and I'm going to get dragged into it.
Yeah, They're going to be like, he gave me the idea, and you're going to be like, oh, shit. Yeah.
Imagine being the home invader in there, though, especially if the crossbow attachments worked. Like you just, you go, you shoot one guy, and his friend is pulls out his gun. And it's like, okay, what are you going to do now? And then you just keep pulling the trigger and bullets come out this time. Just boom, boom, boom. That's what I'm going to do now.
Yes.
Yeah.
They'll never know it's coming. You get them with a surprise. I think you brought a crossbow to a gunfight, but you didn't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like you're reading porn hidden in your school textbooks and pretending like you're studying.
Yes. Yes. And you don't have to carry around a big notebook afterwards.
That's right.
The notebook, I know the trick. I don't have to do it, but I know the notebook trick.
Oh man, now that's okay. So the same friend we were just talking about with World of Warcraft, I trolled the fuck out of him, because we went to the same college, and we were in one of the most boring classes to have ever existed. And so he decided, I'm just going to bring my laptop in and I'm going to play Guild Wars during this class. So I just lean over, hey, is that your character?
Oh my God.
The whole class, the teacher, all looking. Yeah, I'm an asshole.
You're a shit stirrer. I can already tell that you stir shit up.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that was good though. That was and that same guy, he had, I think it was the laptop before that, I believe. They didn't put enough thermal paste on it. And it was literally overheating and crashing when he was playing Duke Nukem 3D.
Oh gosh.
And I never stopped laughing at him for that, because now every time he tells me he bought a new computer or something, my only question is, but can it run Duke Nukem 3D? Yeah.
Can it run Duke Nukem 3D?
Yeah, you got to make sure you can handle Duke Nukem 3D.
Yes, you need Duke Nukem. I used to love that game.
Yeah, especially going. Some things, and they thought of everything. Because every level where there's a bathroom, you can actually go take a piss, but only once per level.
Really?
Wow, you thought of everything. Yeah. Wow. You could piss in the freaking toilets. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Now everybody knows you can give the strippers money to see the boobs, but you can also go take a piss. Only once.
Oh my gosh, that is funny. I had no idea you could do that. Now I want to play it again just so I can make him go take a piss. That's sad, ain't it?
That's right.
I want to play it just so I can do it.
And Tyler Preston has a hot take that I actually agree with, though, that Duke Nukem Forever wasn't that bad. I mean, I don't think it was worth the 13-year wait, but I enjoyed the game. I beat it. I would have beat it in one sitting, but completely coincidental. I mean, the day my game came in, I was sick as fuck. I only made it halfway through the game before I literally just passed out because I was trying to stay awake. And then I finished it the next day. I enjoyed I enjoyed my time with it. I wasn't expecting the best game ever. I got exactly what I was expecting.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Now I played it. I didn't get it when it first came out. Again, I'm never up to date on anything, so it was forever. But yeah, I didn't mind it. I thought it was okay. It wasn't as big of a disappointment at the new Leisure Suit Larry, Magna Cum Laude or whatever that was. That was god awful.
Yeah, no, I'm going to say this right now. If we make if Blade Devil goes on hiatus for 10 to 15 years, we're just going to leave it.
Yes.
Because I noticed every time you try to go back to a series that's over a decade old, it always ends up being shit.
Yeah, that somebody else has bought it and they didn't. I don't know. I have to wonder with a lot of these, do the people that are making the new ones, did they ever play the old ones?
Probably not. Or actually, or even better, they take. See, this is why I actually liked Duke Nukem Forever, was because it actually stayed true to the Duke Nukem formula, and it was savaged by the current year media because they didn't like it. It didn't. I mean, it wasn't what people were used to now. Right. But it was actually a good game. I mean, if you compare it to Duke Nukem 3D, it's still you could clearly tell it's made by the same team, or at least some of the same team. But yeah, now you got these guys who they acquire an old license, and then they're like, oh, let's modernize it. This hasn't aged well. Oh, right. Then they end up like DC. DC said that shit too. It's like, oh, our old comics haven't aged well. We couldn't make this stuff in current year. And then the next day, Dan DiDio is at a convention like, I don't understand why all reprints of our old comics are selling better than our new ones.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that you ruined the new ones.
Yeah, I know.
We like the old ones. That's why we bought them then. That's why we want them again, because we want it to at least somewhat resemble what we loved in the first place. Yeah, the new Leisure Suit Larry, it was nothing but mini games. It reminded me of Parappa the Rapper.
Oh God, I even remember that one.
Don't forget the cheese.
God, that was old. That was like a Nintendo 64, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah. I loved that game. I love that game. I know all the songs. I can sing them. It's embarrassing, but I can. Yeah, no, I love that. But yeah, that's what Leisure Suit Larry reminded me of. It was just a bunch of mini games.
And that wasn't what it was supposed to do.
No. It was supposed to be like the old one where you're going and finding stuff and trying to get laid.
Oh, they're saying I was on PlayStation. Yeah. Well, see, I actually never had a PlayStation. I had a Nintendo 64 in that generation. So I played all the PlayStation games at a friend's house.
Ah.
So that's, yeah.
Did you play Abe's Odyssey?
No, actually, I didn't.
Oh my gosh, that is the best game ever. Abe's Odyssey was so cute. It was adorable.
Maybe they should remake it. I'm sure that it wouldn't go wrong.
They made a new one not too long ago, and it was cute too. They didn't mess it up. It was really good, and I think they're actually talking about doing a third one now. So I'm really, really excited for the third one.
Well, hopefully they don't fuck it up.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. But knowing them, it's gonna be something weird. And Abe's no longer an alien, but now he's a pit bull that doesn't know if he's male or female, and he's confused, and he's gender binary, and all of these words I don't understand.
Yeah, the whole adventure is him trying to discover which of the 7 million genders he is. Yeah.
Yes, that's what it's gonna be. He's just trying to figure out what gender he is.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey. Oh, okay. Yes. I did play some. I don't think I played that one. I did play some of the Oddworld games, though. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I know. I know the Oddworld brand. I know that. That's. I think I played Munchin's Odyssey. I played that one.
Oh, yes, I love that one where he's with Abe and he don't die.
Yeah. There was a lot of good stuff, man. There was. Ooh. I wish we could have some of those back, but I see this time I don't get hyped for games anymore, just because. I mean, okay, so I used to get hyped for a lot of games, and then X Rebirth was announced, and I was a huge fan of like the first 3 games in the series, and I was, this is going to be the best thing ever. I actually bought a new TV. I needed one anyway before anyone rips on me too much. So I was like, I'm going to move that up a few months in my schedule. I'm gonna hook my computer up to it. I was ready to go. Took a day off work. Well, 2 days off work. And I was like, this is going to be the best thing ever. Like one of my favorite game franchises ever. I'm just going to sit here and play it for like 4 days straight. Fuck yeah. Half an hour in, I just uninstalled it in disgust. Like, what the fuck did they do to this?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I did not get hyped for anything after that until Peach Beach Splash a few years back. And that one actually delivered. I was pretty happy with that one. But ever since then, every game I get super hyped for, it either ends up getting censored to all hell or it gets woke. And I'm just, I don't care. I don't get hyped for games anymore. Yeah, because if it's in the West, it's woke. If it's from Japan, it'll get censored in translation.
Yep. Exactly. You know, there's only a few that I really get excited about anyways, like Kingdom Hearts was one that I really, really got excited about. Fable and Fable 3. I'm sorry. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't good. It wasn't Fable. It was, they made it weird.
Yeah. I liked the first Fable. It was nowhere near what Peter Molyneux was promising, but I still liked the game. I can still go. I went back and I played it again when they re-released it on Steam. It's great. I still think Fable 2 is the best one in my opinion. I really love Fable 2.
Me too. I loved it too. I love the fact I got to play a girl in that one. So, because usually they force me usually in games like that, I'm forced to play a guy, and I'll do it, but I don't like it. I want to play a girl. I'm a girl. I want to play a girl. Yeah. So, but yeah, I loved it too. And then 3 was just,
yeah, 3 was a bit weird. Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, I played it all the way through, but I was like, yeah, this isn't Fable 2. Yeah, and then that may be why they did that one. Didn't Microsoft force Peter Molyneux to make that one for the Kinect where you just did a fucking horse carriage riding simulator?
Yes. I never played that one because, I'm lazy. So Wii is that's not a platform I need to play on or a system because I don't want to sit there and, when I'm Zelda or Link and I'm playing Zelda, I don't want to have to hit like I'm hitting somebody. I just want to hit my hands. So yeah, I'm not big on that. But yeah, the Fable Journey, that was it. And it was trash.
Yeah, no, I hate motion controls in general because I mean, like say I always, before everyone says, "Oh, you're just a hater, you hate new things." Like, no, I've always used the example of like dancing games when it comes to the Kinect.
Yes.
That is a genre of games that works perfectly with the Kinect. No complaints there. But my problem is when they try to ram that motion control garbage into games that control way better without it.
Right. Like, I don't want to have to run to get from here to here running in place. I will say this, though. Consider what I had when I was a kid. The motion control stuff is very, very cool to me. Because I remember being like 5 and having a Nintendo Power Pad and having to play like the racing game on it. And I would have to sit on it and take my hands and boop, 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 like that because the running didn't work. Like you couldn't run on it. So I had to do it with my hands. So the simple fact that it's gotten to where you can move your hands and it does it on the screen is pretty cool. But still, not my thing.
Oh, hey, actually, up to 12,182 on Wart the Wizard.
Oh my goodness! Thank you guys so much. Thank y'all. You're gonna love it. I promise. I promise. It's not totally kiddie-fied. You're gonna love it. Promise.
Yeah, and unlike most of the stuff I have on my channel, yeah, it's not 18 and up.
Yes.
Because I'll admit, like when Blade Devil comes out, yeah, that's I would actually say, I mean, given what I was able to see growing up, I'd actually say teen and up. But but by Western standards, it would be 21 and up, I guess. I don't
know. Western standards.
Yeah, and this is what we're trying to crush with this too. Actually, is now that's what triggers me so much when they when these localizers censor the fuck out of it. Yeah, they're we got to bring it more in line with Western standards. Bitch, if I wanted Western standards, I'd play Western games.
Right.
I'm getting this specifically because it's not that Western standards crap. You're removing the reason I have to buy it in the first place.
Exactly. I don't understand why we're so hung up on the human body and on sexuality. I don't get it. I've never understood why we make such a big deal about it. It's everybody's got it. It's not that big of a deal, you know.
Yeah, well, America's really weird where the act of ending life, that's PG. The act of creating life, that's rated R or rated X rather. Yeah.
Yes, I would rather my kids watch I'd rather them watch almost anything as opposed to the real news and the crap they show there.
Yeah, and see this is why I love the internet so much, because if it wasn't for the internet, most of us wouldn't even know that there's better stuff out there because we never would have even been exposed to it. But now, I mean, I still remember when I was first introduced to anime, I'm like, whoa, why can't Western animation be like this? And this was back in the days when Western animation was actually really good, where you got stuff like Dexter's Lab and Cow and Chicken and Johnny Bravo, like all those legitimately funny shows. And I'm not going to rip on them, but all you got from the West was comedy for the most part. And then you got a few adventures, like you had Johnny Quest. That was pretty cool. But yeah, but it was mostly just comedy, and it was a kids stuff, quote unquote, which is funny to say because what counts as kids stuff in Japan is rated R over here. But see, notice how kids prefer to watch like the Japanese stuff because they're not treated like idiots over there.
Yes. My little girl is all into anime and stuff like that. She doesn't care much about anything that comes out of like America, to be honest. She's into the anime because they don't dumb it down. They don't hide things that kids know. They know, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, SWAT Cats, that was cool too. Yeah.
What was?
SWAT Cats. T-Bone and Razor. Yeah, that was fun. I still remember my favorite scene in that cartoon. I still remember it to this day. Was when Dark Cat was dropping a nuke on the city, and I think it was Razor. He was riding the nuke down and he was trying to disarm it, and as before it hits the city and blows everything up. And then they were telling him through the radio, it's like, remember, you always cut the red wire. And then he opens it up and every single wire is red. That was the best. Fucking loved it.
Yeah, I wrote that one down. That sounds awesome. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Oh, and I think it's spelled with a Z, not an S at the end. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, SWAT Cats. Yeah. Fucking loved that cartoon. That's back when the West made good shit. Fucking loved that, man. But now that you got people who claim to be fans of anime, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna make High Guardian Spice," and then they don't insert anything that actually makes anime appealing into their anime knockoffs. It's been done. I mean, Avatar: The Last Airbender was pretty good.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. I mean, that's a good example of Westerners doing Western anime, if you want to call it that. That was good. I mean, say whatever you want about Legend of Korra, but the first 3 books, the original series Avatar: The Last Airbender, I liked it. It was pretty good. And we need more of that and less High Guardian Spice, which is probably never going to come out.
Probably not, but we can hope.
Yeah, I'm actually in that camp. I want this to come out. And see, when they revealed that trailer, I actually didn't rip on the show. I was like, some of what they describe about it actually sounds somewhat interesting. But then after they just did like, okay, 5 seconds. Oh yeah, it's about these girls in this magic school and blah, blah, blah. Fuck that shit. Now let's go talk about how diverse our writer's room is. And it's all white women.
Yeah. So brave.
Yeah.
Brave.
And that's all they cared about. And they spent that entire trailer talking about how progressive they are. And I want to hear about the show. And that's why when we go into full shill mode for Blade Devil, I don't want it to be, Raging Golden Eagle did that. It's like, no. We're going to be talking about Blade Devil.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to insert myself into it.
Right. You just want to show the project. Yeah,
exactly. I want to show the freaking. I want to show the big old titties. That's what I want to show.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Bring on the titties, y'all.
Yeah. And actually, and see, even in the action scenes, we this is the one I used for the thumbnail. Yeah, still got some nice side backstory right there. Got a nice shot of the plot armor. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. That looks incredible.
Yeah, we have to make our own because this is the kind of stuff that the West isn't going to give this to you.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. And I mean, some come close. Actually, that Red Velvet comic, I mean, it looks like you definitely get a lot of good fan service in that one. I'll have to check that out.
I'm definitely going to be checking that out.
Can't pull it up on stream, though. It looks like there's titties hanging out all over the place.
That sounds perfect to me. That sounds absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
And this looks incredible. Oh my goodness. It looks so cool. The colors. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Looks good.
Yeah. And this is what we're going to be going with, man. And see, and the same thing goes to because people ask like, are you okay with this? But then you complain about male fan service. Like, dude, I've never complained about women having the fan service they want, except when it was in the context of double standards.
Right.
Like that's the only time I complain about that. I mean, I don't care dude, I watched all the Twilight movies. Okay.
Oh, look at you. Me too.
I suffered through that.
Killing me.
But I will say though, one of the biggest criticisms for the first movie was that was Bella's actress it's like she's just reading a script, she's not into it, she's so wooden, blah 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 blah. And I was one of the few people that was defending it too. Like, no, have you read the books? I mean, she's the audience inserts character. She's not supposed to have personality.
Right.
What the hell's wrong with you? She's playing that character perfectly.
Yep.
But yeah, I watched the whole thing. I watched all of them, and just because everyone was ripping on it who hasn't seen it, by the way, like it was the worst thing in existence because it was popular to do so.
Right.
So I decided to actually watch it, and yeah, my sister got a hold of some of it from her friends, and we both sat there, watched the whole thing, and I walked out of it like, I mean, it was okay. I mean, I definitely didn't see why everyone was calling it the worst thing ever. I would not watch it again, but I don't feel like ending my life after seeing it. I guess.
I've seen it multiple times. I fell asleep to the first one because of that blue filter that they used on everything. It is a perfect movie to fall asleep to. There's not a lot of loud noises, and it's got that nice blue, like overcast glow to it. So I've seen the first one like a billion times just from falling asleep. But no, I liked it. I know that people did a lot of complaining. And the thing that I thought was so funny, and I will always find this funny, is when people say, oh no, Stephenie Meyer is a horrible writer. She's nothing like Anne Rice. And I'm sitting back like, did you guys read the Vampire Lestat? Like, did you read it? Because I hear you saying that the Twilight vampires are gay and they're sparkly. But did you read the Vampire Lestat? Because Lestat was out in the woods with Nikki playing musical instruments and making passionate love in that book. So I'm just saying.
But did he sparkle?
He didn't sparkle, but he was pitching for the other team a little bit there. So, but whatever.
Man. I watched the whole thing. Like, okay, so that was a thing. I don't hate it. That's that I sometimes joke about it, but there were some. Now that entire epic ass fucking fight scene at the end was pretty cool, and then they were just psych. It didn't happen.
Oh, I know, but I wondered how they were going to do that because the way it's done in the book is so much different. And I was wondering after I read the book before the movie came out, how are they going to do that and make it look even remotely good? So I was actually I thought, even though that's not how it went, I was kind of impressed with that's what they went with. So to give it, because honestly, in the book, it's really, really entertaining. As you're reading it, you're like turning the pages fast and you're like, oh crap, what's going to happen? But it's really non-climatic when you carry it over to the big screen. It would have been a little non-climatic. So no, I thought that was actually a really good way of making a non-climatic part of a book become climatic. So I thought that was pretty decent. Now, see, people, real vampires don't sparkle. No, real vampires, they can't get in the sun. They're this amazing, most powerful beings in the world. But oh God, a little bit of sun gonna turn them into ash. I never got that. I didn't ever like that idea. I know that is generally the thing with vampires at all.
Well, that's just the beginning of it too. Like they can't go into running water either. They can't enter your house uninvited. There's all sorts of shit.
Yeah, you gotta invite them in, or you're gonna get some Lost Boys type shit.
Yeah, there's the whole no reflection thing that everyone knows about. Yeah.
See, I like the idea, honestly, of a vampire having something in them that would draw you in, as opposed. I mean, wouldn't that make more sense? That there's something about them to draw in their victims, as opposed to, well, I can only go out at nighttime, so I better hope that there's a lot of people out at 3 a.m. when I get hungry. Oh, shit.
Well, so you want more of an incubus.
Right, yes, yes.
Yeah, no, that would make sense. Yeah, no, just seduce their prey.
Yes, have something that draws in the prey. That makes them a lot more powerful than these guys that got to be asked to come in your house. They can't go out into the sunlight, so all of their murdering better come between, 5 p.m. and 5 a.m. You better get busy, guys. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's also when it's the easiest, though, because I remember during my days as a vampire in Oblivion, everyone's asleep at night. You just walk in there and feast.
That is so true. That is true. That is the best time. Get that lock picking skill up, and you're good to go.
Yeah, luckily my lockpicking skill was pretty much maxed out. I accidentally became a vampire in that game.
Did you?
Yeah, well, that's because when you get a disease, it didn't show. Poison showed in your GUI, but the diseases didn't. So I missed the message that said I contracted the whatever the fuck that vampirism disease was, and then just 3 days later, at random, I just we wake up from that nightmare. It's, hey, you're a vampire now. Like, what? Okay, I could roll with this.
That is freaking awesome. So yeah, no, very cool. But yeah, nighttime did make it so much easier in that. It made it, everybody's asleep. You just, did you ever mess up and go into like a house and you didn't know whose house it was, and then come to find out it was like a store keep, and now you've eaten them and now you can't buy none of his stuff anymore because it doesn't come back?
Oh, I never finished anybody off. I was no. I learned that lesson in Morrowind actually. When you kill off, important NPCs. Now,
But they don't come back.
Yeah, the guards are about the only ones you can kill that respawn, and none of the others do, though.
Yeah, that's like in Skyrim. Every time a damn dragon lands in the middle of a town, I have to try to get them out, get them away, because I know that one of those stupid ass store people are going to run up and then they're going to die. And then now I'm not going to be able to buy their stuff. And
yeah, actually, the dragons of Skyrim were like cliff racers towards the end of that game.
They were.
So I don't know if you played Morrowind, but remember those damn cliff. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, those dragons, it was fine at first where they just spawned occasionally, but then it got to the point where taking a walk between two towns, you had like 20 dragon encounters on the way. Okay, this is getting fucking old.
Right.
And I was to the point where I was just avoiding them. And then I was at the Mage Academy, actually, funny enough, where there's this dragon. I just finished one, and then I walked up, and right as I entered that academy, there was another dragon circling. It's like, man, fuck this. I just went in. Yeah. I did what I needed to do, and then I exited again. I went outside, and there was the dragon. Like, the dragon's face was right in my camera because it was sitting there waiting for me, and then it did its ice breath right in my face, and I was
oh, God.
Well, if you really want to die that bad, I guess I can fucking kill you.
All right, fine, asshole. I'll kill you.
I was going to let you go, but if you're going to come breathe your nasty ass, stanky ice breath all up in my face, fine.
You got to go then, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do get a little redundant on any of those games with the dragons. They get you'll kill one and you're trying to do something. You ain't studying, dragons. You're doing a quest. You're trying to get something. And when you're like, all right, fine, I'll kill you, asshole. And then you maybe take 10 steps and then you hear, and then you're like, okay, God damn it. And then you're like just running, trying to get away from it.
And then it's just like cliff racers. By the time you get to the next town, you got like 70 of them on you. Yeah.
Right, where they just multiply like Bebe's kids. You just got a collection of Bebe dragons chasing you down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was how it worked in Morrowind. With those fucking cliff racers, they aggroed on you from clear across the map.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you set foot outside of town, and then 3 miles away, a cliff racer's like, "What the fuck was that? I gotta go investigate."
Right? Yeah, and then by the time you get to where you're going, you really do have like 10 or 11, 12 on you, and it's like, nope, not doing it.
Yeah, it just gets old. Then now the one time I actually had a pretty good experience like that was actually with Dragon's Dogma, where I went into an area in that game that was higher level than I should have been, and there was like all these dire wolves all over the place, and they have a habit, like when you get them down to really low health, they run away and find others of their kind and then come back with reinforcements. And I was stuck in an infinite loop fighting those pieces of shit for like half an hour. And I just every couple of minutes I inch further towards the town. But yeah, I was just and then the NPCs I had with me were, I mean, they were keeping watch. It was just as soon as I killed what I thought was the last one, I heard, "Hey, look, Master, wolves!" Like, God damn it! Like another 7 of them running from over the next hill. It's like,
oh, it makes you so mad, and you just want to quit, but you can't. You gotta finish.
Yeah.
So next time you play, you don't have to deal with this shit again. But yeah, you're sitting there like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, I finished the quest 300 wolves ago. Can you stop?
Right?
Yeah.
Right. I did that with kobolds, I think, on EverQuest, where I got trapped, did a little thing, and they kept running every time I'd get them to like 15% health or something. They'd take off running, and then they'd pull like 10 more. And so I'd kill those. And then, one of them would get away, and he'd go and pull like 10 more, because while I'm killing them, hell, they're out there respawning. So he's going and pulling the ones that are oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what was happening. And then I thought I finally won, where I killed the last one before it could run away. And I'm like, I'm finally done. And right as I said that, 3 of them spawned right in front of me. Like, Okay.
Oh my gosh. With the respawn times with some of these games, it'll kill you.
Now, at least it wasn't as bad as World of Warcraft was. Well, at least in vanilla WoW, because remember when the NPCs spawned in, and then it took a little while for their graphics to load in, because you remember they kind of like just gradually faded into existence.
Yes, and they would be hitting you, and you couldn't even see where the hell they were.
Yup, damn! Yes. I'm glad someone else remembers that.
Oh my gosh, yes, I totally remember that. It was such a pain in the ass. Because you're spinning your person, your camera, like, where the hell are they? I'm like at 20% health. Show up. You just sitting there drinking health potions and shit until they'll finish spawning and show up so you can kick their asses. I remember that.
Yeah, I was there trying to farm trolls and Stranglethorn from my mount, and then then I'm like, ooh, okay, I'm at 20% health, and then I sit down to get some food, and right as I sit down, I just take damage, and I'm standing up again, like, what the fuck is that? And I'm looking around for like a spear chucker or something, and no, then eventually the two axe guys just appear right next to me, like, oh well, fuck you two,
right?
Yeah. I mean, I was a warlock anyway. I didn't need that shit.
I would have never thought of that again, honestly, if you wouldn't have brought it up. I would have never thought about how horrible that was.
Oh, yeah. No, see, I loved trolling other people who had to go through that to get their level 40 mount. I was in the general chat, and when people were complaining about mounts, it's like, oh my God, being a warlock sucks. You like have to go all the way to Ratchet to get your mount. It is so annoying. And then everyone else say, motherfucker, I've been farming for like 3 weeks. Like, gotcha.
Yep. My gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, Paladins too. Although they make up for that because the level 60 mount quests were fucking insane.
Oh, and they were the ones that got the really badass mount, right? The really, really fast one.
Yeah, the level 60 mounts were those were the fast ones, but everyone else had to spend like 1,000 gold to buy them. But you could, with the Warlocks and Paladins, got a quest to get theirs for quote unquote free. But I'd rather just pay the money than go through that again, at least at level appropriate.
That's
the gear,
funny.
Whatever, all that.
That is hilarious. That's like the quest for temperance in EQ. It was a tough one, but you made so much money once you could tempt people. So,
hey, it all paid off in the end.
It did, but it was a pain in the ass waiting on the pirate guy outside the ship to spawn, and you're like, you don't even know if you're in the right space, the right place, and he's like, all right, where is he? And you're running around this little island for days and days and days and days, and yeah, it was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and then he spawns with all of his minions and whatever. You just get done killing the final minion, and some fucking asshole runs up and takes the boss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Assholes. Oh my gosh! Like you've been sitting there camping something for hours. Every time his little minions pop, you go and you kill him. And then he still doesn't spawn. So you wait another 20 minutes and they pop again, you go and kill him. And then while you're killing them, some asshole that just showed up, and it's always a ranger. It's always some kind of ranger, some kind of druid that can use their damn tracking. And they just boop, 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 and then they go and kill it. Makes me so damn mad. Oh my gosh. I always try to stop and get one hit on it, so at least I get credit for the kill, so I can loot it.
Yeah, and that's why I really missed the Conquer Online style PvP when I started getting into WoW. Because in Conquer, it was pretty much, with the exception of the market, it was always free-for-all PvP. Like, anybody could kill anyone at any time. And they kept that, they had some checks and balances, because if I'm this was like fucking the early 2000s, so I may misremember the exact numbers. But the way they had that in that game is every time you die, you dropped like 20% of your inventory at random. And then every time you kill someone, you get PK points, and they deplete on their own at like 1 per hour or something like that. But if you get over 30 PK points, your name turns red. And then you have a chance of dropping your equipped items too if you get killed. So you could lose all your best gear if you're really unlucky, right? So that kind of discourages you. Yeah. And then even better, if you get over 100 PK points, your name turns black, which means anybody can kill you for any reason with no penalty to them anymore. And you drop everything you have on you.
Oh my God.
All your equipment, all your inventory, everything. So really only the most hardcore of hardcore PvP players ever got that far. Yeah, most people, even if they really hate your guts, they'd get up to like 29, and then they're like, I'm just going to go chill in the market while these deplete for a little bit because I don't want to risk losing my shit.
Oh my God, that sounds horrible. I never did. I never killed anybody.
Yeah, well, no, that was good, actually, though. I mean, that system kept people in check. I mean, I wish they had that system in World of Warcraft, because then when someone runs in and takes your boss, you could kill them and get the loot anyway.
Yeah, it really is freaking those assholes. They drove me crazy, and yeah, they're notorious for it on EverQuest, on WoW. They do that crap, and like I said, it's always a ranger. Always a ranger.
Or a hunter in WoW, yeah. Yeah, there's a reason they were called huntards even since vanilla. and that reason has more to do with them being unable to control their fucking pets.
Yes.
I was a warlock. I kept my Voidwalker under fucking control, okay? Right. No, I used that Voidwalker to solo elite quests. Like, there was this one where I just had to, before they patched it out so you can't loot a chest while there's combats going on, like there was I think it was actually in Elwyn Forest. There was one quest where there's this shack and you had this fucking elite mob there, and there was a treasure chest in the building, and the quest was not to fight the mob, it was to get something from the chest. So I just sent my Voidwalker at the mob and stay alive until I finish looting this chest, please.
Yes.
Yeah. That was fun. I ran in, opened the chest, took the loot, ran out, and right as my Voidwalker got destroyed. And I'm just there running away with the guy chasing me. Like, got the loot, bitch. I don't care anymore.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to. Have you ever? Okay, so the ones that make me the maddest are the classes with area of effects that don't know how to use their area of effect. So in the dungeon, there's mobs everywhere. Your cleric needs to sit and get some mana back. So everybody's just supposed to be chilling. Everybody sit, get mana, get back health, and then we're gonna, go clear out these 3 rooms, and then we'll take another break. And you get some bard or some asshole with an area of effect that starts strumming their little guitar, and now every mob is in there on you while you have no freaking mana. Every time these assholes don't know how to use area of effects. You're like, turn off your area of effect, and they don't do it.
Yeah, or they're the huntards that don't keep their pet under control, and their pet runs off and attacks something 2 rooms away, and then you got the entire dungeon coming down on your ass.
Yeah, because he runs back at they're trying to get it, come back, and then it comes back with like everything.
Yeah.
I swear.
No, or tanks too. That there's always some tanks that maybe they're used to playing with only top tier healers that already have all the best gear and all that shit. I mean, at least this was back when you actually ran out of mana in World of Warcraft. I know that never happens anymore, but it used to.
Oh my gosh.
And so you're the healer. You're out of mana. You announce to the whole group, "Hey, I need to get some mana." And you sit down and you start drinking. And what does the tank do? He runs off to the next room and aggroes the next bunch of mob.
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, then he gets himself and the rest of the party killed. And then he's like, "Where were my heals?"
Yeah. And you're like, asshole, I had no mana. I have no mana. And I told you that when we started. You're the asshole. I had a friend like that. He played a barbarian or something. And he with the tank and I with the healer. He would always overpull. Always. Like I would say, all right, look, I'm going to go in and I'm going to lull these 3. I'm not going to lull the one to the left. So pull the one from the left first. Pull him out. We'll kill him. And then I'll lull him again. And then we'll just go down and we'll kill him that way. Oh, hell no. Straight out Leroy Jenkins right up in there. And then we all die. And then why didn't you heal me? Well, I'm dead. I died long before you did, asshole. I was sitting there on the ground. As soon as they came in the room, they aggroed me. I'm sitting.
Yeah, I'm totally going to heal you while I'm dead.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Let me do that.
Yeah, let me come back and give myself a res after I sneak back in here completely naked. And then, yeah, insane people, I swear.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important to find a good group of people you can play with. Because, I mean, I've had that happen before where a very easy dungeon is impossible with the right people.
Yes. Yes. Even a level 2 dungeon can be impossible. And unfortunately, all of my real life friends that I played with are like that. None of them are good. And I'm not like acting like I'm the best there is. They're just really bad. They do really stupid shit. And I don't understand why. Because they're not stupid people. Why would you do something that stupid?
I know exactly how you feel because I'm in the same position. I'm not even all that good. It's just all the people I play with suck worse than me.
Right, right. You're like, no, how are you like that? I mean, I know you. I know you're intelligent. I know you well enough. I've rode with you driving. I trust your driving skills even. But I can't play World of Warcraft with you, man, because you're a dumbass.
Well, unless you make it a game in and of itself, let's see if I could get this guy to max level before he learns what a totem is.
Right? No, that would be freaking great. I would have loved that. Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I would have laughed with you so hard about that situation. I'm not even lying.
we were just in the middle of Thousand Needles one day, and yeah. I mean, I guess I kind of gave it away because I was like, why don't you just use a healing totem? I mean, you're a shaman. You can do that. Like, what? Huh? I put all my totems in the bank. What are you talking about?
How do you play a shaman and not know about the totems? That is crazy to me. That is so funny.
Yeah, people are special, but it can be fun. Yeah, John Doe, thank you for the 5. You didn't ask for it, you didn't choose it, but there you are, a vampire. Yeah, that was me in Oblivion. And I could have just loaded a previous save or something, or gotten the quest for the cure. But I'll play it. It's more fun this way.
Yeah, you like it, right? It makes you stronger.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then I just found it hilarious how you actually got stronger the more starved you were. I thought it would be the opposite, but
you would have thought that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but instead you just had to stay. I mean, actually, you didn't even have to feed every few days. You just had to not sleep. Like that's all it was. I mean, because you could, as long as you don't rest, your vampirism would never advance.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. Weird. Oh, yeah, and top about links. Thank you for the 2. Dress a handgun up like a bowcaster. Yeah, you could be you could be like Chewbacca. Yeah, that's right. That is you could do that.
You could.
Yeah, and Ninja Work 111, thank you for the 2. Why do you care about Persona 5R censoring gay people? Well, I care about all censorship because I know I'm next. Now, the one exception is when people who support censorship get censored and they're crying about it.
Oh, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh so hard when that happens. The first time I see one of these people that have been trying to censor everybody saying, I'm being censored, I'm be like, ha ha. I'm going to straight up right in their face. I swear.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I've been doing. And I mean, normally what I say is, even if I don't like something, I don't want it to be censored because the stuff I like could be next in line. So,
exactly. If I don't like something, I just don't look at it. I just ignore it, I just move on,
Yep. But then the exception I make is if it's specifically people who are trying to censor me getting censored, if they get censored, there's no loss to me. I mean, the way I view it is 2 of my enemies are fighting each other. Regardless of who wins, they're going to attack me anyway. I have no reason to help either of them. I'm just gonna pull back a lawn chair and laugh.
Yeah, let the ship let it sink.
Yeah, I mean, I actually had someone use that line before when people were trying to like guilt me into helping them, and some guy responded like, "Why the hell would he care what 2 of his enemies do to each other?" Like, that's exactly right. I don't.
With any luck, you'll knock each other out, and I won't have to deal with it.
Yeah. Now, ideally, if I have this much control of the situation, I will try to help out whoever's losing just enough to keep them at an even power level. So by the time one of them gets destroyed, I could just finish off whoever's left.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that would be the best possible outcome. Is make sure if one of them has to go, make sure the winner is so weak that they can't fight back against you, and you just finish them.
Right? Yeah. Yes, that is good advice, everybody. That is amazing advice. Yeah, I'm not a fan of censorship, and there's stuff I don't like, and I just don't watch it. I don't follow people that's all they talk about because I'm not into it. And I don't give a shit that they are. I don't want to change it because I'm not into it. I'll just find something I am into. People cray. People cray. Well,
that's a good point too. Even speech you don't like shouldn't be censored. I'd rather the enemy be visible than hidden behind censorship and bans. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If somebody doesn't like me, I'd rather they just announce it to everybody. Like, hey, I don't like you. Like, well, thank you for letting me know. I'm not going to waste any more time interacting with you.
Exactly. Well, okay, good. I probably didn't like you much either. So good. Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Yeah, it saves us both some trouble. But the way they're doing it now is there's only one side, because if you disagree with the prevailing ideology, then you're going to be banned. Mm-hmm. So then all these, I mentioned this before too, where these NPCs create echo chambers by banning everyone who disagrees with them. And after living there for a few years, they trick themselves into believing everybody thinks the same way I do.
Yes.
And then they get into the real world and realize, no, actually, I'm like 0.0001% of the population.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they start buying their own bullshit.
Yeah, they're drinking their own Kool-Aid. Yeah.
Oh, they are totes drinking the Kool-Aid. It's crazy. It's crazy out there right now. I still stand by. People are bored. They're just bored.
Oh,
if you took any of these SJWs and dropped them off in a third world country, they would not care. All of a sudden, somebody's pronouns wouldn't matter to them. They're worried about freaking eating. They're worried about, clean water. They're bored. People are bored, and that's what they've come up with.
Yeah, that's related to what I say too, where I say they need to suffer. Because these people, they have such an easy life. They have no real problems in their life, that their life is so easy that they have the time to, like, what's my neighbor doing? Oh my God, I don't like what my neighbor's watching on TV. Let's get that banned. And the people who are too busy dealing with their own problems can't do that. So, and this actually, funny enough, is why we can never have world peace. Because there are people out there that when things are too peaceful, they will manufacture crises and problems.
Yes, because they're bored. They are just straight up, life is too good. And that's, in a way it's good, but yeah, this is what happens with idle hands. With idle hands comes bitching and complaining about shit that doesn't concern them. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Don't play it. Don't, whatever, insert word, move the hell on. Find something you do like.
Yeah, but unfortunately, there is a very large percentage of the population that can't do that. Yeah, there are people that can't live in peace because if their life is too peaceful, they will make conflict.
Yes, but that's why you're supposed to be one of those. You're supposed to get a group of friends that you piss off regularly. You know what I'm saying? And then start the little bickers and fights between your circle of friends. But I think after a certain point, once their friends aren't allowed to say anything because, oh no, you're a Nazi, you're a racist, you're a pedophile, you're a this, you're that. Everybody's like, all right, fuck you. I'm done. Have fun with that. So yeah, people just get annoyed with that too, I guess.
Yeah, and oh God, no, I actually love it when people out themselves like that too. Because I don't voluntarily hang out with people I have to censor myself around.
No, neither do I.
Yeah, so when somebody reveals that they don't understand sarcasm or they get super offended by everything, I'm just making a mental note. Like, and that's the last time I'm voluntarily spending time with this person.
Yes. I can't be around somebody that doesn't have a sense of humor. I can't. Yeah. I say, not necessarily like on a live stream, but I say some raunchy shit. I really do. I say, my little circle calls it going full Mandy. And when you go full Mandy, that is when you just say some completely degenerate shit. So, yeah. And some of it is, a lot of people could take offense to some of the stuff I say. So,
yeah, I mean, it's a good filter, though. It's kind of the same. Like I have a channel intro that every once in a while somebody comes by and complains like, "Oh my God, it's so cringy, it's so offensive." Or my favorite, it's like, "Oh, I would be interested in the topic of the video, but that intro, oh my God, I cringed so hard, I couldn't finish it." So then I was respond to, then it served its purpose, because when I was having it commissioned, that's exactly what I asked for. It's a filter to filter out people like you, because I don't want to hear.
Yes, that is perfect. Yeah, people just come up with whatever they decide pisses them off that day.
Yeah, and
it could be anything. Like, even if you take like George Carlin, what he did, he would get crucified if he was still alive.
Imagine if he said the current year list of 7 things you can't say on TV.
Yeah, oh gosh. Yeah. They wouldn't even be curse words.
Yeah, exactly.
Be curse words anymore, because like there's where my degeneracy is. I cuss a lot. I have a filthy mouth. I cuss all the time, so there's where mine comes from. But yeah, it's crazy to me. It is absolutely crazy to me how words like chair, somebody now finds the word chair offensive. So all right, let's all sit down and think of another word to use for something that you sit on. Not a chair. Does anybody have a problem with there was a whole South Park episode like that.
The Christmas play, yeah.
Okay. Where, all right, who has a problem with brunettes? And ding, 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 ding. Who gets us? Yeah, and it was just like everything, like just words that don't mean anything, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, remember when the internet first came out and people said something offensive and someone got offended? Everyone laughed them back off of the internet. Mm-hmm. That's how it should be, because now it's the exact opposite, where you got a group of 100 people having fun and one person comes in and gets offended. Now all 100 of them have to stop having fun because one person got offended.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, no, if you're the one that's offended, you fucking leave. Nobody here wants you around anyway.
Right. Did you see that meeting they did sadly enough, it was in Georgia, but that meeting where they were saying, I know everybody's excited to be here, and, but all of this talking, there's some people who just can't handle, and it's like, if you have that big of a problem that if you go to a big room where people are going to be talking and then complain about people talking, just go the hell home. Go home. Yeah. You don't need to be there. That ain't your group. That ain't your posse. Go find someone else.
Yeah. I mean, damn, I remember.
Point of personal privilege. Yes, that's the video. That's the retarded stuff they were saying. I shouldn't have said that word, but that's it.
Well, it's true. It's true. But then again, saying the truth will get you banned in current year. But like I got banned from when forums used to exist. I got banned from a convention forum because somebody was, I mean, this is a convention I went to like every year. Mm-hmm. And somebody on the forum was like, "Oh, I got 2 cousins. They have like severe social anxiety. They can't handle being around people. They can't handle being touched by people. And this is a convention where you're like packed like sardines in there." Right. And they're like, "Oh, can I bring them to this convention?" And all the NPCs are like, "Oh, sure, this is for everybody." And me and a few others were like, "Fuck no! If you got that big issues with social anxiety and people touching you, you should not be in a place where people are packed like sardines." No. And we got banned for saying that.
Oh my God! Now look, I do, I do sympathize with a little bit of that. Like, I'm claustrophobic. If I try to go to a mall around Christmas time, the way that people are touching and bumping, and I can't handle it. I start like hyperventilating, and then I start wanting to like literally attack people to get them out of my personal space. So, I mean, I get that, but you know what I don't do? I don't go to the mall at Christmas time. I don't do it because I know that's me. I know that I can't do that. And same way, if I knew that loud noises bothered me, I'm not going to a concert. I'm going to find something else quiet that I could do, maybe a library, something like that. So I don't know. I don't know why somebody would get so offended about shit that doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah, and then that story continues too, because that moron did bring those kids to that convention, and sure enough, everyone involved had a very horrible time.
Sure.
And then they were trying to play. It's like, oh, poor me, and I'm fucking told you. We fucking told you. You didn't. You just banned us for. Oh, but this is for everybody. We're not going to exclude any. See, and that's the attitude that is causing these hobbies to die. By the way,
yeah,
when they say. Yeah, well, it's for everybody. We're not going to see. They let people in who hate the hobby itself, let them take it over, and then kick you out.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane that people don't have enough self-awareness to know that, all right, I have these kids. They don't do well with loud noises. So what is something fun I could take them to do where there's not going to be a lot of loud noises? No,
metal concert.
No, that would make sense. No, hell no. Let's take them to the loudest, most packed shit we possibly can and then bitch at everybody because everybody else needs to lower their voice for these people. They're special. I don't know. It's insane. It is absolutely insane.
Oh, yeah. No, it is. You got the... God, that's like the example I said about the offended people earlier. You got 100 people having fun. One person comes in and gets offended. Now all 100 of those people have to stop having fun. That's the environment we're creating right now. And then they wonder why everyone hates them.
Yes. Yeah, they can't fathom why are y'all like that? Because you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Why do you not get that the world should not revolve around one person? That, okay, yes, if it's something that you like, either deal with the shit that it takes to do it or don't.
Yeah, and my favorite is when they try to call us toxic too, because again, using that 100 people example, there's 100 of us having fun. One guy comes in and gets offended, and oh, you guys are so toxic. You realize this community had no toxicity problem until you showed up.
Right. Nobody was sitting here saying it until you showed up. So maybe the problem is you.
Mm-hmm.
A little reflecting, just a little bit.
Yeah, but unfortunately, there's too many cucks on our side. That but if we exclude them, we'll be just as bad as they are. And that's why your community's going to die. Because I mean, this would be like imagine if Troy actually fought off the first Trojan horse attempt. And then the Greeks came back like, actually, no, this time we're going to give you a real gift. This time we're serious. We're sorry. We're going to leave now. And you're like, fuck that. I'm not wheeling that into this gate. And then the guy next to you is like, oh, you're just as bad as them. What if they're really sorry this time? And they're just going to open the gate and wheel it in anyway. Mm-hmm. They need to be kicked out too, as far as I'm concerned.
I fully agree. I fully freaking agree. If I was allergic to bees, I would not go to a bee farm and then complain about the bees.
Yeah, but it's current year though. See, funny enough, if you actually are allergic to bees, you probably could go to an apiary and get them to remove all the bees.
Remove them. I can't have them. Yeah. Everybody else, if they're excited about to get them some honey, check out the life of the bee type shit that's going on. But no, this guy's allergic. But he came to the bee farm because we can't exclude anybody, right? Everybody gets a certificate. Everybody gets a trophy. We're all winners, right? That is that's what the whole we're all winners mentality has done. Made a bunch of whiny man babies.
Yeah, and see, I wish I could remember who said it. It was actually on one of Cecil's streams when they were making fun of Preston Poulter. But no, this one guy commented the best comment I've ever heard in regards to this topic said, these guys are such losers. If there was a Biggest Loser contest, they get second place. That's the people we're dealing with. Right there.
It is. Yeah. That is perfect. And yeah, that is what it is. They're bored. These assholes are bored. I mean, they're like legitimately, they have nothing better to do. But, you notice they would rather bitch than say, I don't know, go volunteer at a food bank. Go actually make a difference. Help somebody. Do something.
Yeah. Or at the very least, do something you enjoy.
Something you enjoy. Anything. Read a book. Oh, but they probably won't like the book. There's words and books and
actually, yeah, they can't they can't enjoy anything because their entire it's like Anita Sarkeesian said, everything is racist, everything is sexist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out. That's what they do. That's why they can't enjoy anything. Everything they look at, like say, oh, I'm just going to go play this video game. They're not enjoying the game. They're actively looking for things to be offended at in the game.
Right. Yeah. And it's so funny how they do it. Like I have a friend who is in an interracial relationship. She's white. Her husband is black. And, she was talking and somebody called her a racist. And she said, excuse me, I am married to a black man and I have 2 mixed children. They didn't hear it. It's like they could not comprehend. They kept arguing with her. Well, I bet you hate your kids. How do you argue with that mentality? All right, you're a freaking moron, and I'm done with you. And that's what they do. There's like you can't even like prove a point or say anything to them because they don't want to hear it. They have now claimed this girl is racist. It doesn't matter. Obviously, she's not. You don't marry a African American if you're racist. You don't do that, and you certainly don't have kids and stuff that you love with all your heart. More than anything in the world. And they're crazy. It is absolutely insane.
Yeah, this is the same thing that's happening to your boy Zach right now. Yeah, where they're calling him a white supremacist and all 3 of his kids are mixed race. Yeah, it's a total white supremacist right there.
Oh yeah, he sounds like just a white supremacist. It's so stupid that you can't even my mind won't wrap around. I can't comprehend it. I can't comprehend telling somebody that you're racist and them say, well, no, I'm not. Here's my proof. And them still argue with you once you give them solid proof. It's crazy.
Yeah. And that's why I refer to them as emotionally driven, glorified monkeys, because they're not people. They are NPCs. They feel, they don't think. No matter what evidence you bring to the table, they operate 100% on emotion.
Yes. Yeah. And they keep moving the field goal. You know what I'm saying? They keep moving it. Like they'll talk about how much money somebody made on, say, their book, right? And they're like, well, Cecil did it. Well, yeah, but Cecil only made $70,000 on the first day. He should have made $100,000 if it was really a good book. And it's like, really? And then Cecil hits it with $100K. Like, all right, fine. How about that? Got you $100K. Well, if you were really good, you could have got it. Is like, all right, screw it. Fuck y'all. You're dumb.
Yeah. Eventually, there's no point in even arguing anymore. Yeah.
No.
I ran into that before as well when say, oh, show me one time when this. Okay, so I showed him one time. Well, but that's only one time. Okay, here's 5. Oh, is that all you got? Okay. All right. Just keep moving that goalpost.
Yeah. They are bored. I don't even know that they buy their own bullshit, to be honest. I think they are just bored people that have nothing better to do than aggravate people, to spread misery and hate. That is what they are. They were put on this earth for hate and discontent only. If they're not in hate and discontent, they are not happy.
Yeah, I think it depends on who. I know the leaders, like people like Anita Sarkeesian, they don't believe this shit, but the useful idiots whose strings they're pulling do.
Yes. Yeah. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. And yes, where they say that black people are white supremacists. That's not even possible. That doesn't happen. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, that's what Mark Waid said. Remember where he just some guy was making memes of his terrorist Antifa comic, and then Mark Waid's like, oh, some borderline white supremacist. You realize he's a black guy in Chicago, right? I guess not. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's insane. It's insane. Hopefully, I was talking to somebody the other night. We were saying that we believe maybe this crap is getting on the ass end of it, like we're coming to an end of it, because they can't keep it up forever. People are going to want Hollywood's going to eventually want to make money again. They're eventually going to, Marvel and DC are eventually going to want to make money again. All of these people are going to want to make money again at some point. And right now it's go woke, go broke. So let's see how long they can play it. I know I wouldn't play it until I was filing, bankruptcy. I would probably stop playing this game long before I filed bankruptcy. But let's see. It's like playing chicken.
Well, see, and here's what's funny though. Maybe they never will learn. Maybe what if Marvel and DC doesn't get their head out their ass? We're just going to replace them. That's fine with me. And the thing is, what was it? One of them, was it Sana Amanat or whoever one of those higher ups at Marvel was saying, even if Trump doesn't win, we're going to remember who voted for him. And I'm just like, two can play at this game, man. Once we replace you guys in the industry, we're going to remember who was trying to destroy us and make us homeless during the entire process. Mm-hmm. There will be no seat at the table for you when we replace this industry.
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, if you tried to tear me down at every opportunity, then when I finally succeed despite you, and then you suddenly show up asking for a handout, oh man, payback's a bitch is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, they will not have a seat at the table by any means. I agree 100%. It works both ways. And that's why I wonder, do they realize that by censoring other people, they are putting themselves at risk of being censored?
Well, they clearly don't, because they cry like nothing else when they are on the receiving end of what they've been doing to everyone else. Like, but when I was doing it, it was noble, but this is just oppression when it's done to me.
Well, no, they're again, you can't argue with them because they're stupid. They're so dumb. It's like telling somebody, I literally watched an argument. I didn't get involved, but I watched an argument happen on Twitter where somebody said something. Somebody said that's bullshit. The other person said, prove it. They came back with the proving. Absolute, no doubt, without no way to go around it. What the guy was saying was 100% true. The guy's response was, well, you don't know what you're talking about. You have confused yourself with your words because you are in a cult.
Yeah.
And then blocked him. And I'm looking like, what?
Who's really the confused one in a cult? I know.
Yeah,
that's
what?
Yeah, makes that's always the best part, when you got these brainwashed NPCs calling other people brainwashed. Saying,
it's funny. Okay. It's funny.
Yeah, but no, honestly, I don't really care what. See, unlike them, I'm not. Once we replace them, I'm not going to specifically go to where they are to rub it in, like they try to do to us all the time. Mm-hmm. But again, I'm building up my own thing, and I'm going to leave them alone. But I better not catch them trying to like hitch their wagons to the horse I made. Like, fuck off. It's like, nuh-uh, bitch. And so the people who helped me out on my way up get first priority for me helping them.
Exactly.
Yeah. The people who were fence sitters, I guess it depends on if I have the time. Maybe if I really like them as a person or I really like their product, I may spare them some help. But it's nowhere near my priority list. They chose to sit out the fight when people were kicking me down. I might help them, most likely not. But those who were actively trying to kick me down, I mean, I'm not going to do this, what they did to me. I'm not going to kick them down. But if I was walking by the beach and they were drowning in the water and I was standing right next to a life preserver, I'd keep walking.
I'd wave.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, I would help you, but yeah. I'm afraid I'd offend you. So
Yeah, no, I know you. You said before you want nothing to do with us alt-right Nazis. So I know you wouldn't be able to live with yourself if one of us saved you. So good luck.
Sorry, I voted for Trump. Can't help you.
Yeah,
just walk off. I go, it's so ridiculous. Yeah. It is. It is so ridiculous. The world has just absolutely turned so ridiculous. I can't. So that's where we're at now.
In about 50 years, I can guarantee you they're going to be reading about this era in the history books. It'll be remembered as the Great Clown Era.
Yeah, they're gonna say, God, I'm so glad I didn't have to live through that. You ever read about the Great Depression and think, oh man, I really dodged a bullet with that one, because I would have hated to live through that.
Well, no, I think it's going to be even funnier 50 years from now, because no one's going to believe it. It's like, wait. Did they really believe biology was just a social construct? You're pulling my leg. There's no way people were that fucking stupid. I mean, come on.
But
like, they did? Did they? Yeah.
And like, I hate what they're doing now with like calling people Nazis. I know that one's a little bit old, a little stale. They moved on to even more fun things. But to me, there's nothing really funny about that. And that word has meaning. And it should not be.
Yeah.
Right. And it should not be used because, insert a stupid reason here that it takes power away from how horrible that shit actually was by calling somebody that, voted for Donald Trump. All right, yeah, you don't agree with them politically, but hell, he's not a Nazi. Holy shit.
It's actually even worse because now it's having the opposite effect, where now you got kids growing up that they see, oh, all the reasonable people are being called Nazis. Maybe the Nazis we read about in history weren't as bad as they claim they are.
I didn't even think about it like that, but yeah. Well, God help us then, because now they've started. I noticed that pedophile is the new big one. Oh, you're a pedophile. God, that shit is still going on. That's not like the Nazis where they're obsolete. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? That shit is really still going on. So yeah, let's take away from true victims of that and call somebody that voted politically against you that. What kind of sick shit is that? That's sick.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm interested in seeing what's next, because once nobody takes pedophiles seriously anymore, what else can they say?
Wait, that's the worst. In my mind, that is absolutely the worst one you could call somebody. So yeah, what's next? Because harming children is the worst freaking thing you could do. There's nothing below that. There's nothing in my mind. Hell, maybe they'll prove me wrong. But as I'm standing right now, there's nothing worse than that. That is just disgusting and sick. And to make that as a joke because you don't like somebody, because somebody called you an asshole, you're going to come back with pedophile. It's freaking sick.
Yeah, although there's one positive side effect to this, though, where at least once the effect of the word wears off, everyone will have the correct reaction to it again, which is, oh, that's quite the accusation. Where's your proof?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's actually bad to go too hard in the other direction, where all you have to do is point at someone and say pedophile, and everyone's lynching them without even questioning it.
Yeah. It's their mentality is just absolutely sick to me.
Oh, we got a nice Optimus Deadpool. You probably know who he is.
I do.
Yeah, I hope Mandy makes $1 million to prove how dumb she is. Love you, darling.
I love you too. We're working on it.
Yeah,
we're working on it. Everybody go check out Graded Point 5.
Yeah. No, was it? This is the year where we got to make 10 million combined, at least. Yeah. That.
We got it. We got this.
Yeah. Once we'll find out how much I can contribute in 12 days. We'll know pretty soon.
You're gonna do so amazing. Are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you like?
Ready? Well, yeah. Well, because see, on the one hand, I like to hope that, I hope this does well. But on the other hand, I've seen legitimately great. Look at Brand by Antonio and Kanan. They made like 90 some bucks. Before same great art by Kanan, same book. but nobody knew about them. They had no marketing. They made like less than $100. And I mean, now they made like 70,000. So they're doing fine now. But the first attempt, I'm just like, man, I have seen great projects fail. And I've seen some ones I'm not really impressed with at all make really good numbers. So, I mean, it could go either way. I don't want to get expectations up, but I have faith in my own audience, at least. There's nothing but cool people here.
Yes. No, you got this. You are going to, I've seen it. I've seen what you put up so far. It looks freaking incredible. I'm super excited. So I know you got a backer right here. So no, it's going to be awesome. You're going to do so well.
I hope so, man. I hope everybody does now, because I mean, I've been seeing they say, "Oh, this is unsustainable," and some people do make less money on subsequent campaigns, but that's just if maybe the people that bought your first one didn't really like it that much. But then you got, I mean, even your boy Zach, he made more. Like people say, "Oh, but the first Jawbreakers made more than the second." Now, if you consider just the length of the campaign, the second one actually did better. And the first one had a massive boost because of the Mark Wade lawsuit. Mm-hmm. And that's an extenuating circumstance right there. But in general, Jawbreakers doing better, Iron Sights 2 doing better, Graveyard Shift 2 doing better. Now, Cyberfrog, I don't know. That's a pretty tall order. That's a pretty big number to beat for the second go around. I hope he can pull it off. But
absolutely, I want to watch. I'm kind of interested in watching what happens with the second one, and same with Tug's book, because he's about to. I know he's been hitting around, so he's going to be making a new one soon. So yeah, some of these bigger guys, I'm kind of sitting back and just kind of learning and watching. But yeah, I think Ethan's going to do, even if it's not $1 million, he's going to do very well. He's good, So, but yeah, I mean, Comicsgate is growing every day, every single day. Every time I stream, I find new people in my chat that I hadn't seen before. And I talk to everybody like constant. I talk all the time, as you guys can tell. So yeah, I talk to everybody, and I'm constantly seeing new people that's like, hey, I just got here. What's going on? What's Comicsgate? What's that? And yeah, so there's still people coming. So it's not like we've just, echo chambered ourselves. There are more people learning about it every single day. So yeah, I think it's going to do well.
Oh, and
alone. Right.
Yeah, that's right. And then DTV Titan, thank you for the 5. Now, I'd say these people are retarded, but that's offensive to those with actual mental issues. They didn't have a choice. These morons do, and chose poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. See, I know Alex Jones is pretty much a meme, but he did this hilarious video about, I think it was actually in San Francisco. There was a Drag Queens for Trump event. And then you had this shaved head, insane looking, what allegedly was a woman, that just getting up in these drag queens' faces and just screaming, not even saying anything, just getting up and just screaming at them.
Why?
And he made this one very good line that said, just, this girl was probably an average, like pretty good looking, cute, smart, maybe country girl from the Midwest. And then you send her off to college and this is what happens. Yeah. College does that to you these days. And DCB 10, thank you for another 2. I can't be a pedo. I'm not on their side. Yeah, notice where all the actual pedos seem to come from.
They do. Yeah. They do the same with the male feminist. They are they're bad. They're bad days. If you see a guy sitting there, women's rights and women need to, like, I've had guys tell me I need to put clothes on and shit. And I'm like, you're a sick fuck. You're sick. You sick, boy. So yeah, crazy.
Aren't you supposed to be for women's choice?
Oh, yeah. No, they are only for women's choice if it's what they agree with. That's it. Anything else that doesn't fit their agenda, like I don't have, in their mind, I don't have the choice to wear low-cut shirts like this. This is, I don't need to be doing this. It's wrong in every way.
You should be in a burqa.
Exactly. Exactly. I should cover up. I should in no way be proud of my body. I should cover it because of you evil men. Ooh, they're so stupid. I can't even say it without laughing. It's so ridiculous. I can't even say it without laughing. So yeah, every time I get a comment, I get another shirt, and I make sure that it just keeps going lower and lower and lower and lower. And hell, here soon I'm going to be streaming in a bikini. So there we go.
Soon enough, you're going to be on Chatterbait. Yeah.
Right. They're going to keep messing with me till because I'm going to do what I want to do. And I like boobs. I like my boobs.
Man, that's the same thing I said about Blade Devil, actually. If anyone complains about the fan service or, oh, her titties are too big, well, they're just going to get bigger now. Okay.
Right? Just make them big. Make them so it's just nothing but a pair of titties on the page. That's it. If you can figure out how to do a pop-out book, just a pop-out book with pop-out titties.
That's right. Every page.
Yeah, every page.
And each one they get bigger too.
Yes, until the very last page. It's just like both pages are nothing but titties. It'd be great. It would sell. That would make money.
It probably would, yeah.
A titty book, that would make money. Oh my gosh.
Especially if we actually sold it to the people who want it and not pull a Preston and say, hey, look, here's two lesbians kissing, and they actually look. I mean, whoever he hired as an artist is actually really good.
But it's so good. He's just such an asshole. Yeah. He is an asshole. That is the problem. That is, and I typically don't say anything. I try to keep my mouth shut. But if Preston is ever watching anything I do, your book looks great, but you're an asshole. That is your problem. That's your problem. He's attacked me because of the way I dress. And I'm looking at his book and saying, dude, you got two girls like playing tonsil honky on the front of your book, but you're going to say something to me about having some cleavage? Kiss my ass, dude.
Yeah, usually it's the other way around, funny enough, where they say it's like, oh, no, free the nipple. Women should be able to walk around naked if they want. And then, oh, that anime character is too scantily clad. Censor that.
They don't know what that, because they're bored. They don't have a real idea of what they want. They want girls to be free, but not girls that look like me. I can't be free. I need to cover my ass up. But there are other girls who don't have my physique, and they're good. Hell, run around. You're good. You're good. So they don't know. They don't know what the hell they want. They're assholes. Bored.
That's right. Bored. Oh, damn. So Optimus Deadpool with another $20, man. Thank you. So now we are dealing with what I call Mr. Karen, alleged men who are complaining about butter coffee or something stupid and call ladies like Mandy bad things because they don't woman, right? Yeah. And then they claim to be anti-SJW. Oh, yes. I mean, there are some people where you legitimately can use the, like, you're literally just like them excuse. And actually those, like the Puritans, the right-wing censors are like I call them right-wing SJWs, and that triggers them so much. Mm-hmm. And because it's they know you're right. And that's why they get so triggered when you say it, when you call them that. And then, I mean, I try to, and these are the same people that they freak the fuck out at the mere mention of horseshoe theory. And then in their very next line, they prove it right.
Yeah.
Like my favorite example too is, you know how the SJWs always use the whole, like, oh, you have freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want. You just don't have freedom from consequences. You just have to accept the consequences of your speech. And one of these guys, completely unironically, and this was one of the right-wing SJWs, was telling me, I was arguing with him, and I'm like, how is your but degeneracy any different than what they're doing? And he said, completely unironically, it's like, oh, you're free to be as degenerate as you want. You just have to accept that there's consequences for it. Tell me again how you're not identical to these other guys, please.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They can't. Again, they don't have they don't really have a problem with this shit. They're just bored assholes. That's all it is. That's why there's I could go up to a feminist tomorrow and say, what is it that you're wanting? What would you like to see changed? And they would say all the same shit. I want to be able to be me. I want to be able to go out at night and not have to feel protected. I want to be able to wear what I want to wear. I want to be able to speak the way I want to speak. But I need to cover my ass up and shut my damn mouth, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's ridiculous. There's no arguing with them. There's no talking to them. The shit they want is so stupid that, yeah, they're dumb. They're dumb.
Yeah. And actually, I know why this is, because I did a video years ago about this. I don't even think it exists anymore. But where I was pointing out, the problem is that whoever is not in power at the moment is always going to claim to be pro-freedom, because you don't need freedom to agree with whoever's in power. You need it to be the opposition. So whoever's currently the opposition is always going to tout that, oh, my freedom horn. But the second they get power, all of a sudden they're stamping freedom out because it's the other side that needs freedom to oppose them.
Right.
And meanwhile, the other side, who now doesn't have power anymore, now they suddenly really support freedom. Yeah, and so what you can take away from that is neither side actually wants freedom. They only want freedom for the very limited things they care about, but fuck everything else.
Yes. Yeah, they're sick is what they are. I mean, seriously, they're sick people. And I hope one day they get some kind of happiness, find something that they like that I don't like that they can destroy. Really is what it's about now. Is I just wanted to leave my shit alone and go mess with the way power tools are created. So I don't give a shit about power tools. Go fuck with them for a while.
Yeah, and this is why I'm glad technology is advancing faster than the government can keep up. Because imagine how horrible the internet. I mean, look at how it's degraded over the years as the normies have infected it and the government started catching up. Yeah, we wouldn't have this right now if they were in the way or if they were there from the start. Like, yeah, no, the only solution to this is remove either side's ability to control people. Like, that's what it is. And man, they get so triggered. See, they each view themselves as the good guys, and you point out, like, to everybody else, you're both villains, you know? Like, then even think of the worst villains in history. Not a single one of them woke up in the morning like, time to do evil today.
No, they thought they were, it's like a Thanos. They thought they were doing good, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And these guys are the same way. How could I be? Yeah. Oh God. The SJWs, like, how could I be evil? I'm only standing against racism and hate speech. And then you got the right wing SJWs. Like, how can I be evil if all I'm doing is standing against degeneracy and wanting to protect the kids? And you're rationalizing. You're making excuses. You are both fucking evil.
Yes.
And you're just making excuses to yourself. That's all this is. Yeah.
Yeah. The only good thing about it is I have noticed with them, they seem to attack each other a lot too. So at least we know that the SJWs are having to deal with their SJW bullshit as well. They're constantly fighting each other, turning on each other. They don't have an ounce of loyalty in their entire body. So they do seem to fight amongst each other. And every time you'll see one, everybody will be, oh, they're so great. They're so great. They're so great. And then they may say something like, doesn't even matter what it is. I can't think of an example, but they'll say something and then everybody just turns on them and attacks and they eat their own. So
that is pretty funny to watch. I must admit.
I like watching it. I don't involve myself, but I will say I do enjoy sitting back and seeing somebody that had said something ugly to me, and now all of his friends have turned on him and they are like eating him alive, and I sit back and asshole, and I go on about my day. So
I'm the same way. And then they turn to me. It's like, why don't you protect me? Aren't you supposed to be against this stuff? Like, hey, no. First and foremost, I'm all about the golden rule. And I take it a step further. I assume everybody's treating me the way they'd want to be treated. So I mean, you're getting what you gave. I mean, I'm all for, no, my principle is holding other people up to their own principles.
Yes.
There you go. So whatever you did to me, it's fair game to had to do it back to you. And so even if, I mean, and before anyone says you're just as bad as, or you're no different than, it's like, no, there's a huge difference. It's whoever initiated the aggression. That's what makes the difference. If you're just reciprocating, that's different than if you're starting shit.
Right, right. Like with me, y'all can look through my timeline, my Twitter, YouTube, anything. I have never once started a fight with anybody. I have just recently started defending myself because it's getting fucking ridiculous. So now I feel like I have to. I tried to be a fence walker and I don't want to say anything bad about anybody, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings because I wouldn't want it. So I'm just going to try to say, no, fuck that. I'm done with that. Yeah, I'm not going to be the attacker. But yeah, now if people come at me, I'm coming back. I'm not going to sit there and just, be like, wow, that was a dicky thing to say. So yeah, they've even turned me into being kind of like, about shit when I never used to be. I could care less, but yeah. And yes, they've turned me crazy. I went cray.
Man, no, I this is from yesterday. I got into a nice little spat on Twitter myself, and my favorite is when somebody quote tweets you because they disagree with something you say, but they don't want to fight in your comments. They want to bring the fight to theirs. Mm-hmm. So they quote tweet you, and then you quote tweet them back, and they read about targeted harassment and block you. Like, really? so it's okay when you do it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's insane. It is insane. You can't. I've realized I've decided that from now on, the way I'm going to start doing it, it's just whatever they say, I'm just going to say I'm going to think of the first most stupid, random ass shit that pops in my head. And that is always going to be my response. I'm not going to take time to think into it because they don't. Why am I going to sit here and take the day and say, all right, so they said this is, all right, no, this is what I'm going to say. And then I'm going to prove my point and I'm going to be okay. Now, I'm just going to say something stupid like, they can say your shirt's too low and I'll say, you beat your dog.
Yeah. No, I used to back in my trolling days, that was one of my favorite games to play. When somebody wrote 30-page essays in a forum responding to me, and then I just respond with like one sentence and just see how long I can keep them coming back writing 30-page essays before they realized I wasn't even reading them and I was just trolling them.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And some of these people never caught on. Like 20 pages later, they're still writing essays to my one sentence responses.
You're gonna have to teach me how to do. I'm not very good at it because I haven't been on, like, I played online games and stuff, but as far as like Twitter, I think I've been on Twitter less than a year. Like, so I didn't do like a lot of the online stuff. So I'm not skilled at trolling. I've never done it because like you, I'm, the golden rule, treat others as you would like to be treated. So typically, and also, the Southern, if you don't have nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. So I grew up with those, if you see something you don't like it, you don't have to say nothing about it. Just move on. You don't have to be ugly. So, but yeah, you're going to have to give me some lessons because I think saying something like next time somebody tells me to put my boobs up, I can just say, I don't like you. You have a yellow cat. And I mean, it's stupid and it makes no damn sense, but it's as stupid as what they just said. So
we could do what Shatner did. Just quote tweet them and what a thing to tweet. That's it. Just leave it at that.
Hearing William Shatner say doom cock over and over that day had me dying. In what world is William Shatner complaining about Doomcock?
Well, I think that they may have pulled him into the whole Star Trek thing because, I mean, STD is a failure. Picard is looking to be a massive failure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so I got some more shirts too. So DCB Time, thank you for the 2. So in reference to your response to people saying your shirt's too low, how long until you're streaming in pasties?
Yeah. Well, okay. So here's my plan for that. Every time they say it, I'm gonna take $1 and I'm gonna put it in a jar. Right? I'm gonna start a jar. When I get enough, and believe me, as long as I keep doing this, I'm gonna get it at least 2 or 3 times a day. Eventually, I'm gonna go get a boob job. And I'm talking about some ridiculous shit. And then I'm gonna put the pasties on those big boys. I'm gonna get something like this, like just ridiculous. And then that's
Oh man, there actually was this German porn star called Beschein. I think she was around like years ago. Yeah, she did that. She was like, her boobs were bigger than the whole rest of her body. Like she went so extreme with her boob job.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking we may have to do to everyone start making fake accounts. That may not be the way to do it, right?
Yeah, and plus you got to make sure you actually have those dollars to build up over time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's actually the problem with making the comic too. Sometimes even though sometimes you can get things done faster, but you just don't have the money to pay people at that speed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of infuriating sometimes. It's like, this could be done real quick, but I mean, I only have enough to pay the guy for like 2 pages a week, even though he could do more. But
right. Yeah. I have not actually experienced that yet because, like I'm a writer on one, an editor on one, and then also like my own. I didn't have money and I didn't know any artists and I didn't know how it worked. So I was like, screw it, I'll make it myself. So it's all, I did everything on it. So I haven't actually had to experience that yet, but I hear the story. So I know what you're talking about, but luckily I haven't had to experience that. I was able to just get it out and get it done. I went digital, which made me have to start completely over because apparently I draw like 1,000,000 times better digitally. So than I do hand drawing. So but your book looks so freaking incredible. It makes me smile when I see it. Looks awesome.
I just hope we can live up to everything.
You got this shit. You got it.
Yeah, and especially now that we're getting into, I mean, there was a little bit of setup and now it's all action going forward. So we're going to have a lot of awesome panels to tease out until the book launches. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm super excited.
Yeah. I mean, it's, we could have just had Ashara sitting in the cafe tasting all the food, but let's actually make a real book.
Yeah.
We're not applying for work at Marvel.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, and Tyler Preston, thank you for the 2. I call these men like comic book hut putts. That works.
That does work. I have a video on this channel.
Oh, he dedicated one to you, or you?
No, I have an entire video dedicated to me and my thoughtism.
Oh, okay. And I guess they don't realize that you're married, you have kids.
Yeah,
okay.
It
doesn't matter.
They don't care because I have boobs.
Yeah, and you see,
cover this shit up. It's insulting to people.
Yeah. Now see, for what it's worth, I have no problem when attractive women make use of their assets to get what they want. I mean, that's fine by me. I mean, I like seeing it. But what I find sad though is then once they lose their looks and then they act like people should still treat them the same way. Like, you got to plan for the future.
Yeah, you do need to play for the future. Absolutely. You need to play your game knowing that, like, I think I told somebody once when they were saying something about the way I marketed, I was like, look, I've got like maybe another 10 years left that I'm going to have all this to be able to market. By God, I'm going to use it while I got this shit because this isn't going to be here forever. Soon I'm going to start getting, hopefully not too soon, but I'll start getting the gray hairs and the crow's feet and, the wrinkles, all that shit. My boobs won't be up here anymore. They'll be more down here. I'm going to use this shit while it's still good. Because right now I'm still good. I got it. So I'm going to use it now until I can't anymore. And until surgery can't fix it.
Yeah, that's the smart way to play it right there. And it's mostly the people complaining about it are the ones that they're jealous that they don't have and never did have it.
Yeah, or they're just so overly shy that they're not even willing to attempt it. They're too shy. So, but usually it's what you said, to be honest.
Yeah, and GeoPrime2814, thank you for the 5 there. The creator of Power Girl was the same way. Whenever anyone complained about her bust size, he would draw them bigger. Yeah, that does explain why her boobs did get bigger over time, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah, he did the same thing. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and Optimus Deadpool, thank you. Another 5. One of my favorite troll responses is, I can't believe So-So doesn't support the troops. It throws them off their game instantly. Well, yeah, that's doing the same shit that they do, right? Like whenever you say anything, they just call you a racist or something. So yeah, that's how we can spin it on them. It's like, oh, so you're saying you hate the troops?
That's what yes. Everything they say now, I'm just going to accuse them of hating the troops.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Cool. And RPF, thank you for the 2. So what do I missed? Oh, the entire conversation. Yeah. And DV Titan, thank you for the 2. Boo, implants bad, got to go all natural. Hey, different guys have different preferences, I guess. Yeah, but you got to realize, I mean, if you want women with boobs as big as they are in anime, for example, they're going to be hanging a little bit lower, if you know what I mean, if they're natural.
Oh yeah.
So again, just look at Hitomi Tanaka, for example. She has boobs that big, and when she's standing up, they're like at her waist. Yeah, and DCV Titan, thank you for the 2. Natural titty, best titty at all sizes.
Well, these are natural, so I'm still good to go.
Yeah, that's right. All right, I think that's all the shit. And I know it's getting pretty late, so we may want to. I mean, it's been fun. It's been nice, like 3.5 hours so far. Yeah. I think everybody needs to go to sleep right about now. So yeah, I will pull up the campaigns again. Let me, if I could find my screen again. God dang, I got too many windows open.
Oh, when I do that, and I've opened some, and then I've closed some, but then I've opened more, and then I'm like trying to go through and figure out which window is the right window. What, the wizard? Like what?
Yeah, still up. I think we sold like what, 2 or 3 of them today. So yeah, good. So, and this is what's delivering next month, right?
Yes, absolutely. And it'll be delivered in March. So yes.
And I hope you didn't use Print Ninja as your printer.
No. God, I say it wrong. Mixum or Maxim, I can't remember it. Yeah, the one that always.
Now, for the record, I got nothing against Print Ninja. It's just people who've been using them. I mean, they're kind of shut down for coronavirus issues right now. So yeah, you're gonna have delivery issues.
No, I figured, that works better, depending on who you are, depends on where you should print. Obviously, people like Ethan, like John Malin, that works better for them because of the mass amount. Yeah, people like me in the smaller campaigns, we can do it, in the United States, and it's not really that much more expensive to have it done,
Especially when you count the cost of shipping it by boat. Yeah.
Right. So,
I got a question, though, about Mixum before I forget. How did they handle your alternate covers? They don't consider it each a separate print run, right? Like as long as the internals of the book are the same, they don't just jack the price up?
No, they are amazing like that. Yeah, no, they don't. They are amazing.
Yeah, because I was thinking of going with them too once it comes time for us to print, because they seem to have the best. I mean, because again, now Print Ninja is a lot cheaper to print, but then it costs like $3,000 to get it shipped, so that more than makes up for it.
And Lord help you if you want it expedited, because then you're
really
paying a lot more. No, it worked out. Again, it probably depends on quantity, how many you're having printed. Like for me, it's better for me to go through Mixum or Mixum, right? Mixum.
Yeah.
It's better for me to go through them than it is for me to go through Print Ninja, where like somebody like John Malin, who sold a bajillion copies, he needs to probably go through somewhere bigger. But for me, it worked out. So yeah. But yeah, they don't do that. They don't charge you. They don't consider it something different as long as the inners are the same.
Yeah, that's good right there. Because I knew most of them were like that. because I mean they print the covers separately anyway because it's all I mean no matter what the book is, if it's stapled, the cover's different paper anyway. If it's square bound, I mean it's obviously like a wraparound thing with a spine, like that's not they print it separately, so that's good to verify. I mean, I actually used to work at a print shop, so
cool.
Yeah, it was a print shop, mailing room, bookstore. Oh man, I've been working since I was like 14, so I have a lot of odd jobs, and Burger King, of course, in there too.
I used to wait tables. I'm a horrible waitress, though. I'm clumsy.
Oh man, I'm glad I never had to do that. Because cool. That was I don't know. I don't think I'd have the memory to be a waiter. Because if I had to take like 7 orders before going back to the kitchen, I was like, I don't give a fuck. Just make something. I forgot. I can't remember that shit.
Well, that's why I had to write it down. I had my little waitress book that I wrote it down in because I can't remember that shit either. Yeah. But again, I was a horrible waitress. So there you go. I made good tips, but I was horrible at my job.
Well, at least if you're making money, I wouldn't call that horrible. Maybe just not in the traditional sense.
I think they were pity tips. I think they felt so bad for my clumsy ass, tripping all over myself, knocking drinks over on people. I'm a horrible waitress.
Hey, actually, by that logic, I should just become a male stripper, and they'd be paying me to put my clothes back on or not to take them off. Yeah. There you go.
That's it.
Oh man! Although I did used to make that joke when I worked for a huge government contractor, like my first job out of college, and I used to joke around about. And when I said it, it was half joke because it was kind of true. Because like when the whole place was crumbling, it was falling apart. And I was talking with one of my coworkers, and I was telling her, it's like, sometimes I honestly consider just becoming a male prostitute because I'd get paid more, I'd get more respect, and I'd get my ass ridden a whole lot less. And the sad thing is, I was only half joking when I said it.
It's funny as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, especially the getting my ass ridden a lot less part. Yeah. Like, that would have been, I could just be a man whore, and that would be true.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Oh, that's how it goes. And everyone was talking about titties, so there you go. We got some titties at the very end here. So yeah, definitely. And all the links are in the description, so you can go check them out. And yeah, this Pirate Queen, this campaign is the same as my Blade Devil one. That it's in the pre-launch now. So when you sign up, all it does is your email gets added to a mailing list. And before anyone asks, like, no, we literally don't know anything else about you yet. But if you buy our books, we're going to know your name and address. So that's, I mean, if you want something shipped to you, there's something you need to know. But
yes, that is true. Make sure that you trust the creators that you purchase from. Though I haven't heard any of that shit going on in a long time. So I think that's about over. As far as with me, I'm a mom. I have 2 small kids. You don't have to worry. My safety and y'all's safety is number 1 to me. I ain't into that game at all. So yeah. But yeah, this is 60 full color pages. It'll be launching on March 26th. And if you sign up for the mailing list early, Clint and I will be giving away something very, very special to the backers that have signed up for the mailing list. So yeah, there'll be some freebies thrown in there for you guys.
Awesome. Now see, we're going to kind of the same route. We're just saying, we're just going to have some discount tiers that are available for like a week, and cool. You can save some. Because I mean, from what I've seen, people are different. But when looking at every other campaign I've seen, the add-on stuff like trading cards, bookmarks, stickers, things like that. I mean, if it's stretch goals, that's one thing. But some people have like add-ons for like T-shirts and bookmarks, everything else. Those never really do all that well. So I think most people, again, there's exceptions, but most people would rather all the money be spent in making the book bigger and just adding more stuff to the book. It's like, hey, how about this 60 page becomes 75 instead? Like that's an awesome stretch goal. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to be planning on doing in the end, that we just, whatever we can add to the book, we're just going to add more.
It's going to be perfect. I'm so excited for you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then 26 days later, you're launching. See, this is good. I'm glad we don't technically have to compete. That's
right. Yes. You're going to go first, and then I can watch how well you do, and then I can sneak in right behind you.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there'll be some overlap, but yeah, I mean, this is, I mean, God, I'm so glad Ethan is putting off. Actually, shit, this may be bad for you though.
I know.
Yeah, Ethan, yeah, he was talking about launching Wrecked Planet like it was end of March, beginning of April.
So my luck has been just absolutely horrible. When I launched Wart the Wizard, I launched on the same day that your boy Zach launched. Same day. Same freaking day. I didn't know he was launching because he wasn't announcing a day, and just all of a sudden, oh yeah, there you go. And I'm like, oh shit. And then like a week later, here comes Star Blades. And I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding me.
Well, the way I see it is, I mean, there's no point in waiting. There's no point in planning this out, because now, especially since once people saw how much money Ethan and Doug made, then this scene is gonna get a lot busier. So at this point, if you don't launch now, I mean, yeah, you may be competing with Wrecked Planet now, but if you wait for 2 months, you're going to be competing with like 3 big books, for example.
Yes. John will be coming out with another one, and somebody, and it's like, no, I'd stick to a date, even if I find out that it's a bad date. By Lord, I have conviction behind it. I stick with it to the very end. But yeah, so I figured as long as Ethan does not decide to launch on March 26th, it's already 10 times better than the last day I picked. So we're just going up from here. So
yep. And I'm in the same boat, because I've been saying since last year, we're going to launch at the beginning of March. And then when we narrowed down the March 1st launch date, I can't move it now.
Right. Yeah.
Which is why our trailer may have some black and white artwork still in it, and it won't all be colored, because coronavirus is going to do what it does, and if it stalls our art, I mean, so be it.
Well, yeah. What can you do? Exactly. Just stick with have conviction in your date and roll with it. Plus, I'll be going in demand and all that good stuff. If they don't get it at first because they're buying a Wrecked Planet, they'll eventually get around to getting mine if they ever wanted it in the first place. So there you go. Yeah,
that's right. And got a good comment here too, that you can compete, make some good advertisement that way. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Now people seem to have forgotten this, but you can compete and not be enemies.
Oh yeah, we do.
Really weird. Yeah.
Me, Peter, and Wyatt, we have, and I'm on both the books. I'm on Pirate Queen, and I'm editing their book, but their book is coming out like on the 16th, and mine's coming out on the 26th. So we actually pushed back a little bit our book so they could go just a little bit ahead of us. But yeah, it's a huge joke that we're competing, Space Boobs 2020. Yeah. So yeah, it's a huge joke, and we're all like best friends. So yeah, it's fun. It adds a little bit of fun it honestly takes away a lot of the oh God moments that you have as being a creator and putting yourself out there with something like this. It kind of takes it away when, you may get more sales one day than they do, and you're like, ha ha, look at me go. And then the next day they're coming back at you. It adds a little bit more fun to it anyways.
Yeah, and then my artist had a good point too, where we're thinking of just maybe we're going to put like some ridiculously impossible stretch goals that we know we're never going to hit. Like, $1 million, we're going to get Anita Sarkeesian to review it or something like that.
For $1 million, everybody who backed the book will get a Toyota Corolla.
Well, it has to be something we can actually deliver should we reach it, though. Like, there is.
That is true.
Yeah.
Offered nudes.
Oh my! Yeah, $1 million, you get nudes of me. Oh, geez,
yes, offered nudes. You will make so much money. You may end up having to, flash your junk, but you're a millionaire. Millionaires can flash their junk, and it's okay.
Well, no, I actually joked about that before. It's like, if we get $1 million, I'm whipping my dick out live on stream because I don't care anymore.
Yes. All right, everybody in the chat, y'all hear it. We want to see this. let's get him to $1 million. I want to see this dude become a millionaire, so he flashes his wang at people.
Yeah. And then just because of that, watch it happens. But then right afterwards, like 600,000 refund.
No. So you have to wait until past the time of refunds, then do it.
Okay, yeah. Then we're gonna have to have a no refund. Oh, actually, no. So before I sign off, that's kind of related to another one of my little convention stories. Is I was in a panel that Chris Patton was doing, and he's a voice actor for anime and a lot of other stuff too. Like he was one of the first. Voice actors for anime do a lot of other shit because I mean, it doesn't pay that well. But I say this because it's important, but he's gay. And the reason I bring that up is because he was telling a story about how someone asked, like, what's the weirdest thing people ask you to sign when you're in your signing booth? And he just said, he went off on this tangent, like, no, I keep getting women asking me to sign their boobs, like, all the time. And I can't stand that shit. Like, just once, I would like some guy to walk up to my table and just flop his dick out, like, right in front of me and just ask me to sign it. And I was thinking, like, he's doing a signing right after this panel. I'm going to give him what he wants. And then
on the table.
Yeah. And then right after I thought that, my brain took over again. It's like, you realize, even though he literally did just say that's what he wants, you're still going to be arrested and banned for life and on the sex offender register. Okay. Yeah. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
But I did have that thought for a split second. Like, this would be the best joke ever. Like, if right after he said that, I show up and actually flop my dick out at his table and ask him to sign it.
Sign this, please.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me get it better for you. It's hard to draw on it like this.
Yeah. Wait, no. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm just gonna think. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what about a dildo? Yeah, I guess I could have used a dildo. That would have been funny.
If there was anywhere to buy one around, you could have ran and bought a dildo and flopped that big boy up on the table.
Yeah, that's a good point because I don't exactly travel with a dildo, so yeah, I didn't have one handy.
Because they'll mess with them at the airport.
Yeah, no. See, if you are going through an airport where they're gonna frisk you or they're gonna put you through that X-ray machine that can see everything, pop at least one Viagra, but right before you get into the security line. Yeah, and then when they're giving you the pats down, you just like moan, like, "Oh yeah, go little to the left, little to the left." Like, make it more uncomfortable for them than it is for you.
Yes. So there's nothing I can do to make it uncomfortable for them, to my knowledge. I mean, I could stick maybe one in my pants, so when they're frisking me, they feel it. And they're like,
"Oh yeah, that would work."
That's my dick, lady. Back off. Why are you touching it? I could do that, I guess, which would be funny as hell. But I'm afraid they'd pull me out of the line and make me strip. And then my big dildo would fall on the floor.
Yeah. No, actually, no, that's the only reason I didn't actually mess with them every time I fly is because if you mess with them, like you play, oh, okay, fine. Guess who's just volunteered himself for the cavity search room?
Yes. I don't want to go to that room. Yeah. I don't want to ever end up in that room, ever.
And stop misgendering me. Yeah, that's what it would be like, man.
Yeah, exactly. I wear leggings.
Yeah, you could reenact that story. Yeah, going all the way back to the beginning of the stream. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, if it's a dude patting you down, which I don't think they do anymore. I think
Yeah. I've actually had it happen once. On a flight that I took, and it's a female. It's a female with the girls and a male doing the guys. So yeah. Because
I mean, if it was a dude, you could use when they get to the dildo, it's like, you're right. Mine's bigger than yours. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah.
Jealous. You're jealous.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. No. I wonder how that works though. Now, do they have to ask you who you want? Would you rather have a guy or a girl? I wonder how that works.
Well, no, I don't think they Well, yeah, that's a good point. I think what they default to is, I mean, guys do guys, girls do girls, but we're living in current year. They're one misgendering accusation away from a lawsuit.
Yeah, so I'm wondering how that works now. I haven't flown in a while. I just haven't. It's been a while since I've flown, but the last time I did was 2010. Maybe, so the world wasn't quite as funky as it is now. So yeah, I got a girl that reminded me a lot of the one from the South Park episode with, "Sir, I'm gonna need to check your asshole." That's kind of what she reminded me of. She was frisky and shit. So yeah.
No, it's only a matter of time. I mean, I think it was either Chris Rock or Dave. No, I think it was Dave Chappelle that did this bit that you remember when the shoe bomber happened. And ever since then, everyone has to take their shoes off at the airport. Yep. So what's going to happen the first time some suicide bomber sneaks a stick of dynamite up his fucking ass on the plane? Like, is that going to become part of the everyday check? It's like, all right, everyone, bend over and spread your cheeks.
You know what? I swear, if I was one of these mean ass people that had no life, and it was planning on doing some kind of suicide thing, that's how I would do it. Just so everybody now after this would have to have their assholes checked.
Yeah, and actually, I wouldn't even detonate the bomb. I'd let them catch me with it, just so I could survive and get to watch the hilarity afterwards.
Yeah, all these, nobody would fly again. The airlines would have so few business because who wants to go and have their asshole checked? You know, nobody wants to, going on a trip to Hawaii. Let me bend over and let my asshole real quick. You know, nobody wants that. Nobody wants their honeymoon started off with, 3 fingers in their butt. I mean, at least not with their spouse, with some stranger in an airport,
Well, I mean, girls and dudes who are into anal are probably going to be flying twice as much. Though.
That's true. There's going to be those. I think there may be something in there you might want to check doing that shit. Yeah, it's going to happen. And this is what I actually look forward to. This one will entertain me greatly.
Yeah. Yeah, at that point, I mean, I still have to fly a lot for work, but at that point, I'm like, if they have to have cavity searches as part of the basic checkup, my boss would be like, I need you to fly to Mexico. No, you go to Mexico and do that. I don't. If you're okay with me spending an extra 2 days driving there, I'll do it. But
right,
yeah. I'm not getting on no damn plane. I'm going to turn into fucking B.A. Barracus. Like, you're getting me on no damn plane.
Exactly. No, that would be funny. That would be freaking hilarious.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. That's like something I would do too. Like I would totally, just so everyone else has to go through that.
Yeah, and just so everybody has to deal with now that they're gonna need to check your asshole. Yes. So there you go.
Okay, so I got some real life knowledge to impart here. So Tower Preston, I think, does the anal cavity test have an age limit? Now, you see, this is in line with what other people complained about, because even after 9/11, they were like, I can't believe that the TSA is like patting down grandma when Abdul over here is getting through just fine. I mean, this doesn't make any sense. Like, okay, the reason profiling actually doesn't work is because, like, say, if you had a terrorist organization, let's say they all were Muslim men. Mm-hmm. As soon as they see that it's only Muslim men that are being profiled, they will specifically recruit women, kids, grannies, white men, like Western white men, people who don't fit the profile that they're looking for, and that's how they're going to sneak their bombs on the planes. And that's why profiling works in some cases, but when you're screening for terrorists at the airport, that's not one of them. Because as soon as the demographic you're profiling, even if you were dead on at the start, once they find out that's what you're doing, all of their future recruits are going to be like random. So
yes, they checked my dog. Not his asshole. I want to clarify. They didn't check my dog's asshole. But when I was flying, I had paid extra to have my dog, on the plane with me and not like wherever the hell they put animals that are flying. I paid like the $200 so he could sit with me on the plane. And when they pulled me to check, pat me down, they had me take the dog out of the bag and hold him up, and they looked up under him, and and they dug all through his little, the bag I was carrying him in and everything. So they'll even check your dogs because apparently they're afraid somebody's going to shove a bomb in a dog's ass, in a chihuahua's ass.
What kind of a bomb would be up a chihuahua's ass?
I don't know, but I looked like I was riding dirty. I looked like I was up to something up there. So,
well, I mean, to be honest, if I was working at the TSA and I saw you walk up, I'd be like, "That's suspicious, right there."
Look at her.
Yeah. She just has that look, right?
What a terrorist bomber look.
Yeah. I mean, you just look like you're plotting something. I know. It's like, if we let her on this plane, it's not going to end well.
Nope. Yeah. And it's that damn dog, I bet.
Yeah. That's right.
She shoved a pipe bomb in that dog's ass. Let's check it, guys.
Yeah. Right. No, shoved a 10-pound bomb up that 2-pound dog's ass.
It was crazy. It was funny though.
Now, if you had a weedy dog, then I'd understand, because you could technically hide a pipe bomb up there.
Yeah, a weenie dog could probably handle it. Chihuahua though, my little Chihuahua Sebastian wasn't handling nothing. He was just a little baby. He's a cutie.
All right, and Lucian, thank you for the 2 lovely guest Milfo show. Hey, you got some fans.
Well, thank you.
Cool. All righty, and I guess, it's been 4 hours. I think if I don't see, this always happens when I have guests on. Like, if you get into a good conversation, it's hard to just cut it. So,
right?
Yeah. It's been great. So definitely sign up for the Pirate Queen mailing list. If you, we don't know yet what the special merch is going to be, but something's coming.
It's a coming.
And
you guys.
Yeah, and Clint Helinski is a industry veteran, so we're getting a lot more pros jumping in on this, which is, I mean, the OG CG may whine about it, but I mean, there's only so much whining you can do before you realize the other side isn't going to change and you have to replace them. So
exactly.
Call it a cash grab if you want, but if people like us don't step up and deliver shit, who's going to give you good product again? It's not going to be Marvel or DC, that's for sure.
Nope. They're done.
Yeah. All righty. So thanks again everyone for hanging out, and I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll be doing these every Tuesday. So because I have to do these mostly group ones because I got a lot of people wanting to come on, but we'll try to have a lot of interesting people on each time. So including returning favorites. So see y'all's later, man. See you tomorrow. Have fun.